Miss Kanani, are we ready to go?
You're live.
I'm on mute now. Fuck you guys.
We are live?
Yep.
Roll live.
You're on mute anyway.
Welcome back.
And you're on candid camera. Shut the fuck up.
Welcome to more Curse of Strahd, a D&D with Port Bluff.
Oh gosh, everything's
Our 5 party members, Luciel, Gwyn, Andril, Aaron, and Barum, are still sojourning in the
Wait,
land
is
of
Andril
Barovia.
here?
I think he is.
Here, yeah.
AC, are you here?
He was
He's
the
just a
first one
quiet
here.
Yeah, but he was muted. though.
Yes.
Okay, yes, he's here.
He's always here though.
Even
He
if
did-
he is,
yeah,
yeah,
even
yeah.
when he is here, he doesn't
Sure.
say anything. So
Yeah, see, I don't even know this fucking dude, and I know he's here. So like,
we could sense him.
Valid.
They have arrived in the town of Vallaki, which is a town towards the center position of the land of Barovia itself. They received a bit of a mixed welcome, we'll say. Some of the Vallakians seem friendly and willing to help, and there seems to be an undercurrent of some kind of trouble brewing in the town, as Lucio discovered when he made a small night rendezvous with the chief of the town guard, who apparently stays at the burgomaster's house, when he investigated a strange phenomenon that went on there. In the meantime, Gwyn had a terrible vision, followed by a strange happening, something horrific, a withered hand with a golden ring attached to it in the room.
What is this?
The hand withers away to dust and leaves only the golden ring remaining in Gwyn's palm. After this incident, the party are able to get a relatively good night's sleep with some nightmarish caveats. But everybody has already taken their long rest. They have recovered their HP, their spells, and they are ready to tackle the next day. It is day 2 since Madame Ava proclaimed that it was on the night of the 3rd day that Crane may have a chance to reawaken if the bones of the saint were back in their original resting place.
and everybody remembers
Of
the
course,
dreams, right?
of course.
It is the morning of that second day. It
The
is
one I
still
had?
rainy and cloudy and extremely poor visibility out to past maybe 100 feet or so as a fog sweeps in to cover up for the clear night that the moon may shine all the night long. And the party are able to go and get their breakfast before it is time to go adventuring away if they so choose.
Barkfist.
What do you guys do?
Breakfast.
Aron is just gonna take some of his rations and eat in the room.
Okay.
Gwen's gonna say, fuck you. I'm not eating. And then, are my bird friends, have they returned?
You take a look outside, and you can see that there are some ravens currently posted up on the loft, which is pointed out over the top of the door of the Blue Water Inn, but you cannot see the familiar red-eyed, one-eyed raven.
Ooh, my friend.
Also, slightly unrelated, Tyler. I just went to your Twitch channel to get on the Port Bluff one, and you have a trailer, I guess, that I've never
Yes.
seen before.
Yes.
And it's literally the fucking bucket thing that I watched
Yeah.
you guys try to do for like an hour.
Yes.
And I never saw the payoff for it, and I just watched the video, and I've never seen that glitch before. So I was like, "Holy shit! What is going on here?"
You mean the one that we took hours for and then realized we had the wrong bucket?
Oh, that's what was going
We
on.
did
Yeah,
have
you
that
you have
happen
like
too.
320 views on it. So I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Really? Oh dang. Yeah, we do need to do some more.
We need to do Skyrim without walking.
We'll have another
No.
Bethesda game on Monday, so
True, true.
might as well. It's a
All
good
right.
time.
Who all goes down to the tavern proper to have their breakfast, which is provided to you as part of your room and board, which you had already
Oh.
allotted yesterday?
Gwen will
Lucille
then,
is going
as
to
long
go
as she
down.
doesn't have to pay more money.
A hearty breakfast is the best way to start a day.
Andril and Aaron did share a room. Did the two of you just stare at each other over cold, hard beef jerky and talk about your feelings?
I mean, we talked about how I wanted in on any future scam, but
Fair enough.
other than that, we just meditated.
Oh, meditation. All right.
All right, three of you.
Meditation,
Andrew,
no
sorry,
breathing.
did I hear you say you go down, or do you just stay in the room?
I will go downstairs.
You do go down. All right, so it's the four of you, while Aaron dwells.
Down.
The atmosphere has changed, but it's normal for a tavern. Last night, everybody had wine. Everybody, it was nighttime. Folks were tired, but were willing to carouse a little bit. You do not see the two wolf hunters, Zoldar and Yevgeny, who somewhat drunkenly became your over dinner last night. But you do see that there are still quite a number of people who are rising from their sleep. There is also a air of sadness, of despair that hits the four of you who go down. And Erwin Martkov is quick to explain as you take your places at a table that I am, of course, happy to give you my stunningly delicious red beet soup and some fresh bread, but I am sad to say the last of our wine was expended last night. I have not received my shipment. It should have been here 3 days ago, hence from the Wizard of Wine's winery, but they have not came through on their deal. And so, that one most tender of delicacies that we have in this cursed land is denied to us.
Wow.
I would owe the people who brought me that wine a great deal. Should I have my wine back, including wine and gold? Ah, well. Let me bring you your soup. And he bustles off to the kitchen and prepares a hot meal, which, by the way, those of you who decided to eat a wolf steak last night, take note that for the rest of today, you will have advantage on Constitution saving throws, specifically. I'll try to remember. I think,
Okay.
yeah, I was trying to say, I think 4 of you did. Gwyn was the only one
Everyone
who did.
but Gwyn.
Advantage on
Yeah, 'cause
Constitution
she just
saving throws.
wouldn't.
Except for Gwyn.
Listen, I can't help that she doesn't eat what she is. Okay.
But you are able to fortify yourselves for the day ahead over some breakfast. And during breakfast, you make one additional new friend. Someone sidles up beside you and tries to be friendly. A
Who the fuck is this?
surprisingly ruddy-skinned and fair-haired individual who looks unlike anyone you have seen in Barovia to date. Even amongst the Vistani, this man is like not as pale and as drawn out. He's also half elven, slightly pointed ears are visible. He carries an assortment of equipment with him. He seems to have just rolled in to the tavern, and he looks to the 4 of you and says, new faces in town, I take it. You certainly don't look like the Barovians who usually live here.
DM character? Is he?
What?
My name is Rictavio. I'm a traveling bard. And who might the 4 of you be?
Yeah, he looks like a bard. Well, howdy, my name's Gwyn. It's so nice to meet you. We aren't from around here either, to be honest, but you don't look like the same folk around here either. You're quite more lively than
he's
anyone I've
beautiful.
seen. And, do you happen to know, you know what I've really got a hankering for right now? You might know, 'cause you're not from here. There's a thing called dream pastries, and they're like real delicious. Like, I haven't seen them yet, but you look like such a fine gentleman. I'm sure you might know where they're at.
Yes.
the background, oh god.
Actually, I take it you sampled one of these dream pastries?
Yes, oh my god, and it was just about the best thing I've ever tasted in my life. I felt like I was on a cloud for the rest of the day.
Really? What did you, if you don't mind my asking, and he sidles up to the table and sits down now next to Gwyn.
Make himself comfy.
What did you see? I've heard tales of these dream pastries. Never taken one myself, though, as I said, I do know about them. And I've heard that they take you places.
Taken one?
Just, some
Have
good
you smoked a dream pastry?
Have you ever partaken of a
Token.
dream pastry?
just some real good, forest.
A
Yeah.
forest.
Yeah.
She was blazing a whole
forest.
forest.
I take it you are gifted with the powers of nature then.
How'd you know? Was it my ears?
More has to do with what I know about the dream pastries.
Oh, so you know more about them? Do you know how to make them, maybe? That would just be lovely.
Sadly, that secret is lost to folks like me. The people who make them are... everything I've heard about them is very unsavory.
Well, the lady I got them from was a little bit odd, but I don't know if I would... Actually, now that I think about it... maybe
Did she happen to have anyone in her company, perhaps?
Actually,
Sorta. Just
Sorta.
like a kidnapped child, but that was it.
At this
Morning,
point,
Lord, bless
Lucille
my
just
heart.
looks over like, what?
Yeah, this is the first Lucille's heard of this, too.
But it's fine. We got him back
Wait,
to his parents,
Wait,
so everything was okay.
You accepted pastries
Did you-
from a woman who kidnapped a child?
That's not what this is about, Lucille. Why don't you can it?
I'm beginning to think these pastries are
Wow.
a terrible idea.
Did you happen to keep an eye on said child?
No, we just gave him back to his parents, and they were just overjoyed to see him again. So we thought everything was fine and dandy. And plus, we weren't staying in the town for long. It was on our way here.
Oh, must have been Barovia then. The village of Barovia.
Indeed.
I see. That most new visitors to Barovia do go through there. I did myself when I first arrived. So I take it she didn't get her ingredients back. Until later, at least.
Yummy.
At this point, Lucille then now quickly turns to Gwyn. Ingredients.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the child, of course.
The child? What?
If
What
the
do you
legends are
mean?
true, I mean, you hear a lot of tales in Barovia, and one of them,
Yeah.
one of the ones that I've heard on my travels has been that these dream pastries are fantastical and of dark magic and made of ground up children, which they grind up in the mill and the windmill out of town. And but you know, who's actually been to the windmill? I haven't.
Gwyn, did you eat a child?
I don't think
You wouldn't eat a steak last night, but you ate a child?
No, I don't. It
FBI,
tasted like
open up.
fruit.
Well, as I said, it is a
Lucille
tale.
now
Wait,
just
if
kinda
you ate
scoots
it,
a
you
little
probably
bit
knew
further
what the
away.
Texture was like. Did it seem childlike to you?
No, it seemed like minced fruit.
Have you ever had child before? Was it
Like
really
mincemeat.
soft and young?
like
Maybe-
mincemeat, you
Supple.
say? Mincemeat?
Well,
No, but
Minced
like
meat?
mincemeat is a British cuisine that is like mashed up fruit.
I'm
Yeah.
aware of this.
Oh, okay.
This was
It
a
didn't
joke.
sound like it when you said it.
I know, because I'm very funny. That's how you couldn't tell.
From upstairs, everyone laughs.
I love you, Rex, but go fuck yourself. I will remember this and kill you again later.
Your worst.
Perhaps, I mean, I did say you were gifted with powers of nature, and you confirmed that, so maybe you know what you're doing. But
No, should I?
hope
just as a
so.
friendly
From
piece
what
of
I've
advice,
witnessed,
I'd
that's
probably
not
try
the
to avoid
case.
it in the future.
Okay.
Might be for the best. If you do see that lady again, though, let me know.
Lucille, with a
I'll,
very concerned look on his face, just looks at Barham. She ate a child.
Quinn's like, shut up! Shut up! Alright, well, what's your name again, by the way?
Rictavio! I am Rictavio, the traveling bard, and head of my own circus.
Now I might see why she got along with Crane.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I am still on the lookout for some talent, and so it's mostly just me and my wagon.
Well, we would love to offer our assistance because obviously a lot of us are talented, but we just don't have the time for that. We're in quite a rush right now, so we're just trying to mosey up on our way and get what we needed to get done. Speaking of, you said you're not from around here, right? How long have you been
indeed.
here?
Oh, just a few
Just
years
today?
now, actually.
Oh,
I
in
have
the
wandered
city?
for quite some time. No, across all of Barovia, actually. Vlaki is just my latest stop.
So you haven't been here before?
To Vlaki, yes, many a time or two, but I am more or less stuck in town now. What with the curfew and the lack of friendliness towards some of the neighbors. You might have heard that the big V people aren't allowed in town anymore.
The big V?
He leans real
The
close, trying not to
Virgin.
be heard. The Vistani.
Oh.
They are barred from entering this town, which is unusual, as the town used to do business with them quite frequently. But it is the mayor's opinion that they are servants of the devil. I'm sure you've heard his name a time or two. I won't mention it because I seem to be in polite company.
Grin. Yes, we definitely know what you mean there. That's probably why we were greeted a bit unfriendly at the gate, but totally understand, they gotta be careful looking at Lucio, who they allow into the town, right?
Definitely
sense.
careful. Definitely careful.
Just makes sense. But we're looking for someone in town, so I was just wondering if you might have any knowledge of the townsfolk here.
I know some of the people. I come and go a little bit, but as I said, I've been stuck here for a number of days. Who's your party of interest, if I may inquire?
We're looking for the gravedigger of the church, actually. His name is, Milivage.
Grave Digger Bobby, I think I heard his name was.
Gravedigger Milivage.
Grave Digger Milovage.
Milibaj, the young lad
Milovage.
who dicks at the church. Kind of a quiet soul, isn't he?
Precisely.
Mr. Milovage.
Well, what's the poor boy done?
Nothing. We just, he's just one of our
seems to have gone missing.
friends.
Oh,
Yep.
I see.
All right. Just
This
get
is
straight
actually
to the
Round
point,
Frog's
Lucio.
natural accent. I just want you to listen to this.
It is not.
Just cherish this. I know. Yes, it is, because I talked like this when I was 12. I know it is. Can't hide it. It's deep inside you. That's why it just flows so naturally. Well, then I don't know. I think he's all right.
I hate it here.
I do know
Call it out.
I do know the lad you're talking about, strapping young soul, but I haven't seen him in a number of days.
Strapping, you say?
Oh yes, he's quite a big lad. You see, he
Oh.
he took quite naturally to the grave digging business.
Oh.
He was a big fella.
Oh, yeah.
Towered
Ah.
over most souls.
It
Robots.
appears your internet
Robot
is dying,
Deadpool.
Rictavio. I don't know what's happening.
Oh man, Rick Tavio, you might want to think about switching to Comcast if that's in your area. I mean, I know they're a monopoly, but they're still pretty good for what they give you. Yeah, they overcharge, but I mean their fiber service is pretty decent, you know.
Hello?
Is it still bad?
Hello?
Nope,
No,
no,
you're,
you're
good.
back.
You're good now.
You're back.
It was
You're back
momentary.
intact now, boy. Back intact.
I haven't seen him, as I said, but if it's a favor to you and you seem a friendly bunch, I can definitely keep an eye out for him if that would assist you.
That would be just, plum as hell. I mean,
Folks,
I don't know why that was my...
Lucio just looks
plum
over.
as hell.
Yes,
Peachy
plum
Keen!
as hell.
Peachy Keen, please!
Have you, again, I don't
How
want
many
to,
of those dream pastries did she eat again?
I don't want
Supposedly
to,
just one.
I don't want to
don't really
seem
believe
too
that.
forward, but have you
do
considered
I.
asking the Vistani outside of town about your missing person?
I haven't thought about that yet. We're kind of on a time crunch, so we're just trying to find
Time
some
crunch?
clues. Yeah.
What would be a rush in this mildly backwater town, if you don't mind my saying?
At this point, Lucio looks over. We're trying to get my brother back.
Oh! Your brother
Thank
back?
you, Lucio. I just love telling strangers everything that we're just doing right now. It's great.
I love this character. Fuck it, I'm just gonna kill Crane off. He's not coming back.
Fair.
brother back. Is he on his way here? You said back a little dramatically.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's dead.
Oh.
Gwen is just like face palming right now, like I can't believe this bitch is telling everyone everything.
But apparently, Lucio leans in closely. Apparently, we can get him back.
Oh my god.
And so that's what I'm working on right now.
Gwen is triggered right now.
Would that be with the help of our dear beloved ruler and king, or?
Oh, no. I don't
okay.
believe so. I don't know all the details, but
Oh, you don't
apparently
know.
it's they received some sort of revelation or something.
This just gets more and more interesting by the moment.
I know. For once, I arrived here thinking that I was going to be able to just get my brother back, and then I met up with these fine people, and then found out that he was dead.
That is most
It was
unfortunate.
heartbreaking.
Rick
But
Tavio,
since I had this this information, I now have the opportunity to bring him back. So we just gotta get it done.
Rick Tavio, I'm sure you're a fine gentleman, and I don't mean to sound
Did you just call him
harsh.
Ricky Tikki Tavi?
Yes, but we don't exactly want to divulge everything. You know, it's a whole load of information, quite a lot of baggage, and you know, we've been the few of us who have come here from the origination of where we're from, quite a long ways that we've come. So there's quite a lot of detail, just too long of a story to, you know, divulge everything.
You know, I
Even
don't think
from-
I ever asked you guys about where you came from. We haven't really talked, and here we are, a party.
Yeah, there's just not that many exciting details about it, so it's just don't need to get into it. You know, we're here now.
I feel like she's
That's
ignoring
what's
me now.
important.
Rex
so
in the background with the RP.
shooting himself. So we just really want to find our friend, Mr. Gravedigger gentleman, and then you know, hopefully, like Lucille so kindly told you, get our friend back like we're trying to do. So,
Actually, he's my brother.
but he's our friend. We're not related.
I could tell there wasn't much of a family resemblance between you two. Yes,
How did you notice?
They're quite short. You're
I've got a
correct.
sharp eye for such things.
I can tell.
And you even have a
Gwen
dragonborn.
stopping with her.
At this, Baram has been just kind of ignoring the conversation, like kind of listening, and he like when he hears his name, he's just like, yes, yes. Like, but
I
like
don't
doesn't look at him
suppose,
like, oh, no, don't
I
look
don't
at me.
suppose you would be here to hear about the dragon Argenvolt, would you? That dwells or used to dwell in these lands.
The what? Does he turn
dragon.
around like,
A great silver dragon used to dwell here. You've told me a little bit of your story. I don't mind telling you a little bit of my own. I am something
Are
of a
you a
lore
dragon?
keeper. I am not, sadly. Would that I could be.
Oh, okay.
It would make life much simpler in many ways. But no, Argenvolt was a dragon that used to dwell here. Great silver dragon, actually, in the time before our current management, if you know what I'm saying. He collected many good paladins to his side and had a keep not too far from here, actually, up in the mountains north of here, past the Lake Zarovich. He used to visit the townspeople and was good to them, it was said. But when the devil himself decided to plague these lands with his presence, he sent his armies after the dragon, and supposedly the dragon was slain in his hold, along with a good many of the paladins who guarded him there. I've heard tell that the hold is still full of some of them and their treasures, for Strahd was more bent on destruction than pillaging. But that was a long, long time ago. Well before my time, and many of these Barovians' time. I don't think there's any living man who can tell anything but the legend of Argenvolt, the great silver dragon. Did you come looking for such a one as him? Was there something like that that drew you to this land, or perhaps you were just seeking to help your friends here?
it was a letter.
A letter?
The only
Oh.
reason I came.
see. Interesting.
Johnny wine.
We're just talking up a storm with you, aren't we? Just giving you every
Wait, all of
little
you
detail
arrived?
about everything.
You got a letter?
Gwen, a letter is not
Yep.
that big of a deal. Yes, we got a letter.
Blah 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 blah.
Yes, but it does divulge, I just
Absolutely
don't quite.
nothing. You're fine. Calm yourself down.
I won't ask
Go
to
eat
see
more
the letter or
children if
anything.
you
I-
must, but calm
You
down.
know, Gwen, you're so very
That's a
secretive.
sore spot for me now.
You're so very secretive. You remind me of my brother Crane. No wonder you two got along so well.
Me and Crane did not get along well at all, actually. Thank you so much for saying so, though.
What? Does it seem right?
I promise I won't go prying too much more. You all are just so interesting, and it is so incredibly rare to get visitors here in Vanaki. But I understand if you need to be busy today, but I like to stay around the Blue Water Inn while I'm in town, and if there are any stories or any little tidbits of wisdom I can pass on to you, I do make my living telling stories after all, I'll be happy to oblige. And I will keep an eye out for your missing gravedigger.
We sure do appreciate that. Thank you so much. And if you happen to see a raven with one red eye, that'd be great if you'd let us know too, just in case. He's my friend, so.
The one that roosts out front of the tavern sometimes.
Yeah, yep, that's him.
He comes and goes.
Yes, he is currently going right now.
Is he?
Yep, he's going.
Oh, I suppose this has to do with your powers of nature, doesn't it?
We did have a little conversation, yes.
Oh, fascinating. And it's hard for him to trust anyone, that one.
He doesn't talk much, but it's fine. He seems like we're good friends, so I'm sure we are.
I'm sure he'll change a little bit eventually. Come around to you, you know?
I hope so.
He doesn't talk much, as I said, but maybe if you get to know him a little better. He's a good sort.
Can you talk to him?
Only infrequently.
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 Do you understand what he's saying, or
Only
does he
sometimes.
understand what you're saying?
I don't know if he understands me a lot. Like I said, bird a few words.
Okay. You said you're a bard, correct?
That's right. Traveling bard. Though not
Where do
traveling
you-
as much since arriving here, because
Right.
hard to get out, as I'm sure you've seen. Did you try to get out?
No, we haven't had a need to yet.
I certainly have. Fog gets you lost and turns you right back around before you know it.
Don't
that's
we know
unfortunate.
That, well? That fog is quite irritable sometimes, but where do you hail from again?
Originally,
Yes,
a land called Onder.
Onder.
Onder, that is
What are
correct.
the folks like from there?
What are the folks like? If I don't say so about myself, a sort of sophisticated bunch, but I found myself not fitting in very well. They wouldn't have taken to carnival ringmasters too well. Very academic types. Very frou-frou, as you might say.
I know the type. A little too well.
Full of nobility.
Yep. I know a particular family who
Oh,
does seem to
nobility.
be like that. Right about now, they're getting on my last nerve, so.
Is that so?
You know nobility.
Yeah, just a
I wouldn't
little
have
bit.
assumed so.
What a rude bitch! Damn!
I mean, weren't you raised in the woods?
No, I
Yes, you
thought he
seem
was
far
talking
more
to him.
comfortable in
no,
the
he's
woods.
talking about you.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
That makes it even worse.
Yeah, it sure does.
How fucking dare you? Just
What?
because I didn't grow up around fancy city halls and marble buildings doesn't mean that I don't know how to act proper. Now, here's the thing.
Gwen, he
You-
never said
I-
such.
I
He
don't-
said he didn't know you knew nobility. That's not an insult. Most people don't get to meet nobility in their lifetime.
Trust me, meeting nobility can be a big negative on your life. Trust me.
Lucille just looks at him understandingly. Quite.
Well, I won't keep you if you have places to be, but again, find me here at the Blue
Hang
Water
on,
anytime.
Iran is typing his RP.
He's typing RP. I thought he was just doing memes.
I didn't want to interrupt the flow of
I
conversation
see.
since I wasn't talking. I just typed it there so y'all would know I came down.
Okay.
Continue.
You're here. Aaron strides into the room and sees this strange half-elven man, which is an odd sight and also somewhat of a kinship with Aaron and Andril, being the elves of the bunch. Like I said,
that was
don't,
like a deep
don't let
laugh.
me keep you. You can feel free to ask me questions. You've told me quite a bit about yourselves, and it feels a little unfair. I understand, but if you have anything for me, I'd be happy to assist. And like I said, I'm sure we'll find your Milivage before long. Probably turn
I
up
do
again.
hope so. Rather quickly. Like I
Indeed,
said,
indeed.
time crunch. We getting close, so hurry
Yes,
up,
I'm
Milivage,
afraid we
as
have
they
to
say.
be. We have to be going.
Mm-hmm.
Got my brother to get and all.
Good luck with that. And
Peace.
so, you 5 of you now are able to decide what you do for the rest of the day as you, I assume, exit from the tavern at this point?
Yes.
All right,
Exiting.
let us put us on the streets.
They've
The
kicked us out and
mean
put us on the
streets
streets.
of Lucky.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
You are
At this
greeted
point-
straightway
Sleep brain.
by an individual in a green cloak
Oh, there's another
who is
person. Okay.
waiting outside of the tavern. This is a Barovian, pale, balding man with hair only on the back half of his head or so, wispy, grayish hair. He sees the 5 of you exit the building, and he says, "Ah, you must be the newcomers in town. My lady, Fiona Wachter, she is a person of some repute here in Vallaki, and she heard of your arrival. She desires your company for dinner this evening." And he extends a note to Luciol, because you look the most noble of the bunch.
Oh, thank you, good sir.
At around dusk this evening, we will be expecting your presence. Refreshments and a meal will be served. My lady looks forward to your company.
Thank you. Of course, we'll be much obliged to show up.
Yes.
My mouth is just. I told you I need sleep.
I bid you a good day. And he melts away into the rest of the townsfolk who are milling about, heading in the direction, Lucille notes, of the burgomaster's house, or, at the very least, the rich part of town just to the south of the Blue Water Tavern.
That reminds me, Barham, I never finished telling you my story.
You didn't. Please do tell.
And nobody else has heard this story yet either.
I have to remember where I had left off. When I was rudely interrupted by someone's scream.
Because they were getting handsy in bed.
Quite indeed.
Wonder who that was. Couldn't be me.
Gwyn, did you add the ring back to your inventory?
Yes, I have it.
Good. Okay. Continue.
Good. Where was it? I think I remembered. Ah, yes.
Sorry, my cat's running around the room.
I believe it was at. Where was that? It was somewhere along. Oh, yes. I had gone out investigating this. And when I arrived at the burgomaster's house, the guard, the captain of the guard, greeted me at the door. I was quite surprised and a little bit shaken. But I asked to see if I could speak to him because, of course, that's where I had seen the mysterious lightning bolt appear. But he told me that I wasn't allowed to see him because he was late and asleep.
Naturally.
Wouldn't
Makes
even
sense.
attempt to wake him for me. But I decided I would depart since he did not seem to be the most willing and friendly of characters at the time. But before I left, he leans in closely to Barrow. But before I
Barham leans
left,
closer to him as well, like,
I managed to sneak a bit of detect magic before he told me to leave abruptly.
and
So
did you
when I
defend
did
it?
it, I found out that there was some kind of magic emanating in the house. I couldn't really detect where, but something strange was going on. Also, while I was doing it, the captain of the guard's arm appeared to be containing some sort of magic as well. not quite sure, but it was quite powerful. And the more concerning part is, as I was going home, it followed me all the way back until I reached basically the front door of the inn.
He followed you.
Yes, that's what I'm guessing.
So he knows where we are staying.
At this point, Lucio realizes, oh,
Oh.
yes, that could be very well true. But he's the captain of the guard. Is that really such a bad thing?
He didn't
It
look to be too
depends.
friendly towards you, huh? He might want to know where you're staying, just in case.
I mean, he's supposed to be protecting this place, so of course he wants to know people who have just arrived. I mean, we are quite the strange band of characters. If anyone arrived on my land, I would want the captain of our guard to be thorough in investigating them for sure.
Don't kill yourself, Rex, please. Just a little bit more RP, please.
Well, Lucille.
Am I making noise or something?
No, you're not. I'm just,
No, it's the
I'm
deafening
just-
silence.
He can just
Oh.
detect it.
I'm just
I'm
noticing.
like, I'm pretty sure I'm not snoring or anything.
Nope,
Like,
sure, not yet.
I know I used
Thanks,
to breathe
Maury.
heavy, and that's why I was thinking about it. Okay, okay, we're good.
He's like, am I breathing too heavy?
Lucille, your presence
Well, I used to
just
have
get...
that problem.
He did.
I just become more grateful for your presence every moment. Did you know that?
Oh, that's such a nice thing to say, Gwen.
Sure is.
I'm growing more fond of your presence as well.
Thanks.
Oh, well, thank you, Maury. I appreciate you stopping in and listening while driving. I hope it is entertaining to
Premium
you.
monster sounds.
All right.
Hi, Tommy. How are you?
What do the five of you do? You have the rest of the day to yourselves.
Fuck, I don't fucking know.
To ourselves.
There's a lot. For the most part,
So-
it's day 2, and no artifacts, no milivage, no bones.
This is not going well.
Perhaps we should try what that fine gentleman inside said. Maybe we should try talking
Yeah.
to those outside. Maybe they would know if, in case at least he did leave the city.
Would make sense why nobody else has seen him, though I do not trust half-elves. They are known to be shifty buggers. But lacking any other leads, perhaps we might as well try.
We should actually speak to the Vistani, I believe. Might be a clue.
Lacking
As
any
you
other-
recall from our notes.
What are the
Lack-
notes? Where are the
lacking-
3 relics? Does anybody remember?
Vistani, how about you seek?
I pinned them in the Curse of Strahd.
Mm-hmm. Might be worth a look to see.
I
Oh.
cannot
Missing
pull them up. So
child.
you
A
both
missing
let me
child
know.
holds the key to the treasure's release. That's
Mhm.
what it says the Vistani have.
That's one.
Dark room full of bottles. It is the tome of a guild member.
Mm.
And an evil tree grows atop a hill with graves where the ancient dead sleep. I asked the ravens for that shit, so
Sure did.
Hopefully they'll get
hopefully
back to us
come
on
find
that
me
soon.
hopefully.
Yeah, it says here the
mean,
Vistani
It literally
will
says the
have what
ravens
you
will show
seek.
us the way, so we kind of need to wait on the ravens for that one. So we need to focus
I
on the other
just
two.
noticed it says where the ancient dead sleep. Does that seem like maybe the person's bones that we're looking for?
Could very well be.
It is entirely possible, but let us stick with what we know right now and see these Vistani
Okay.
and find a camp. Although,
Let's go see some Vistani then.
I've
Yeehaw!
kind of been missing those characters. They were so nice to me as they were leading me through.
the question is, where might we find them? I have not seen any since we walked into town.
And that is the hardest part of finding any Vistani, because, true to Octavio's words, anybody you ask about Vistani immediately recoil and treat the mere mention of their name with suspicion, saying that we shouldn't even talk about those kind of people. They are servants of the devil. They are mean. They are backstabbing. They are sneaky. All manner of things are put against them, in the words of the people. And again, what Rictavio said, they are banned from being in town at all. And so, if there is a Vistani camp, it will be outside of Vallaki itself.
Okay.
Is that where you decide to start looking?
Yes.
The question is, which gate do we leave first? Certainly not the gate we came in. We did not see any Vistani on our way in.
There are 2 more gates, and I will flick over to the map because you guys did buy a map. There's the north gate, which leads to Lake Zarovich, and there's the west gate, which leads out of town to parts mostly unknown. There is supposed to be a town called Krezik. What's that?
She's seeing how much damage she does to that gate.
The fucking hyper.
There
thing.
is a town that is called Krezik that is almost a day's journey to the west, but nothing has been heard from Krezik in quite some time.
No.
But it's supposedly farther out west. And then, of course, there's Lake Zarovich to the north, and there's the direction you came from to the east.
Perhaps we should try the north.
Yeah.
I agree, given the fact that they seem to like their bodies of water.
This is true.
They
Let's
do
go to the
indeed.
north.
Okay.
Let's
You
be some
marched out
snowbirds.
the north gate. It's not far to go, actually. It takes only about 30 minutes to exit town from the shorter side gate and to make your way to the shores of Lake Zarovich.
Hey, Cooch man, thanks for stopping in and saying hi.
Oh,
Work
this
goes
bitch
well.
is
Look at
back.
that dude.
Oh,
He's
this
still out
dude.
there fishing.
And catching
Indeed.
nothing, apparently.
He is. Let me add rain to this because it is raining. Far off to the north, you can see the mountain range has a fog that has rolled over the top of it like a blanket, but the fog stops just short of the lake itself, and the lake, oddly, is visible in all directions for its full length and breadth. It extends for miles to the left and to the right, to the east and to the west. It's a wide, narrow lake. You could almost cross over to the other side if you were a strong swimmer and could swim perhaps a mile or two. Or if you had a rowboat, of course, it would be a lot simpler. But the lake stretches in all directions to your left and to your right as you approach. And you can see off to the right a little bit, or further to the east, that old man that you had seen toss a sack into the lake is still fishing and doesn't appear to have caught anything. He is staring listlessly out over the water with his fishing pole dipped down into the water with nothing stirring around it.
R.I.P.
When
What would you like to do?
you have the loudest voice, you should call out to him and get his attention.
Me? Who says
Yes.
I'm the loudest?
I think
Everyone
everyone
just-
here would
she
agree.
says loudly.
Who
I
says
just
I'm the
stare.
loudest? Who says I'm the loudest? Who says I'm the loudest? Who says I'm the loudest? Echoes across the placid lake.
Aside from the fact that your lungs are quite prodigious.
Lucio looks at Barn while he's staring at the lake. How long do you think it would take you to swim across that lake?
Why do you want to know? Okay.
At this point, he's not even paying attention. He's just
Barn's
thinking
just like,
competitions.
I don't know. You want to find
I
out?
guess I'll go ahead and call out to him.
Oh, well, Barum is like kind of testing the
Lucio?
water. Like, is it too cold to try?
Excuse me, sir.
At this point, Lucio is also staring in the water and just jumps at Gwen, shouting.
Shout echoes across the water, and the man rocks a little bit in the boat as if surprised. Looks up towards the party, and his eyes just are kind of glassy. It's a little familiar to some of you. Some of you didn't see an individual like this, but some of you dealt with the barkeep back in the tavern, the Blood of the Vine, in the original village of Barovia. He doesn't seem very responsive.
That's great.
And as he sees you waving, instead he puts his pole in the bottom of the boat and starts to row away.
That's big sad.
Wait, where are you going?
Lucio looks at Gwen. Look, you scared him off.
I bet I could catch this boat.
Do you think we could swim out there and grab him?
I could do it.
I can't transform into a swim creature yet.
Does anybody
I'm
Damn.
Does anybody
I'm
do
a
anything?
Lizard man.
The man is rowing away.
Barham has already been wanting to get in this water. He jumps in. He's gonna swim after him.
Fuck yeah, Bob!
Okay.
Let's go! Let's go, boy!
All right, let's go, baby.
Aaron.
Yes.
Aaron.
I
You're
remember
the
this
sailor
part.
type. You could, if you would like to help, you could also try to see if there's another boat nearby.
Is there a boat nearby?
Go ahead and make your perception check to see. Meanwhile, Barham
Let me check.
dives
Is there a
into
boat
the
nearby?
water. Meanwhile, as Barham dives into the water, it's ice cold. It's not winter really, but it is getting close to fall here, and there
RIP,
always
bro.
seems to be kind of a what would I say? Like a haze or like a always like mist of and especially coming off the mountains. It seems the water that comes into this lake is straight mountain runoff, like glacier runoff.
Mr.
so-
Dorkwater, you don't see any boats. Would you like to roll again, or
You could roll
or
again.
do you want to try to just forge the water your own?
Lucille.
He could go further up and do another perception check, like go further down the lake looking for more boats.
How about you go further down the lake?
That water.
Go further down the lake. Add a +1 to your skill check and roll again.
Meanwhile, Barham begins paddling out. The man doesn't even really increase his speed. He notices somebody is powering towards him, paddling out. He still listlessly pushes out into the lake.
At this point, Lucio realizes that he's still wearing his chainmail armor, and is probably diving into the water wasn't the best of his ideas. So he's also seeing Barham just swimming out. He's gonna be like, "Is there a boat?"
Lucio, you
Aaron.
jumped in.
Am
I'm
I
sorry,
wearing
did I
I'm
miss
not
that?
No,
wearing
no,
Did you
no.
say oh, you didn't.
No,
did
he
you
didn't
get in
jump
the
in
water?
because he
You're not.
realized he's still wearing solid armor.
Aaron, meanwhile, you're panicking. You can't find another boat, and you're starting to get like really anxious, completely panicked about the situation. You can roll for one more perception check or forge the water, but if you roll another perception check, you must roll a -2 because of your panic state.
Well, I'm not getting in that water.
+2 because he's not panicked about it at all.
-2 because he's panicked.
Quinn will roll perception for a boat. Let me fucking
I
say
apparently
that
can't
here.
roll well.
Go ahead.
Dude, I'm alright. I'm going.
Shit.
Oh,
I'm like the
Lucio
lizards
is
you see
also
swimming through the
looking
water.
for boats. Like,
I
Must
don't
look
see
for a
no
boat.
here.
So, Barham, you've made it about halfway
Holy
out.
fucking shit!
Yeah.
all of us are terrible.
Andrew.
Get
Let's
him
all
out.
get
Get him
the
out
let's all
now.
get the
Get him
rolls out of the
now.
way. Oh.
Who's that? Okay,
Okay.
Gwen, roll for another perception check.
Okay.
Dear Lord.
Roll for
All of
another
us
perception
can't
check.
find a stinking boat.
I see
It's
three
anchored to the.
right there.
It's anchored to the shore.
Aaron, roll another perception check.
Oh, God,
Barham,
you
you've
guys
made
really
it
don't
three.
want me on the water. I made a mistake.
Barham, you've made it 3/4
I
of the
think
way
so.
out to the boat.
Oh,
Thank God! Thank God!
You
We're saved.
Aaron, you encounter a turn in the beach. There's a sand dune sticking out like from across the turn, so you can't see exactly what's around it. You go around the dune, and there's a small wooden hut there. You approach the hut. There's a shopkeeper inside the hut. You ask, hey mate, you see your fucking boats there, you? And
There's
he's
a
like,
fucking shopkeeper there now.
a fucking boat? I haven't seen one of those since I went to Utica. And he's like, nah, mate, a fucking bet. And he's like, oh, a bet. There's one right up the stream there, right behind the bat. And so you look, and you see a boat.
A butt?
A boat.
He touched. The
Do you
I,
want to get the bat?
I'm going to run up to the boat.
In the what? You're gonna run it to the what?
The butt.
The
The
butt.
bat.
Touch the butt.
Touch the
You
butt.
go. You go up and touch the bat. The bat is wood.
Wood.
It's a wood box.
It's not a metal boat.
Not
Wow.
metal. It's a wood boat.
Not plexiglass.
Yeah,
not metal.
you gonna get in the wood bat?
Barham,
Yep.
I'm back. Okay.
Or we was having
Oh,
tech
Did y'all
problems.
hear my response?
No,
oh,
we
I don't think
didn't.
so.
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay. No, you find a wood boat. You wanna get in the boat?
Does it have oars in it? I ran up to it
Yes.
and checked it for oars.
Yeah. Yes, that I was on the boat. There's eyes on the boat.
Help me.
Help us all.
He's dead
would you-
again.
I think he's
Would
dead
you-
again.
Would you
No,
like
I'm
to
here.
get into the
Okay.
boat,
Oh.
sir?
Yeah, I'm shoving it into the water. I don't know why I'm all of a sudden having issues.
The boat
It
is
keeps
being
going in and
shoved
out.
into the water. Roll
As
a strength
Aaron-
check.
Coming
Hold on,
for the
hold
boat.
on, hold on, fuck on.
Okay.
Barham, at this point, everybody has scrambled along the beach almost to the point you originally saw this guy. That's how far you've had to go to find another boat. Barham has
Jesus.
basically made it to the boatman, the fisherman.
Heck
Barham,
yeah.
you're hauling yourself into the boat,
Oh my god.
and you think you feel something on your legs for just a moment.
Gwen's gonna get in the boat. Gwen's getting in the boat with the
Then-
rock.
Lucio looks out and
You're in the
sees
boat with this
sees
fella.
Barham climbing into the boat and just goes, "Yeah!"
All four of you, not Barham, roll another perception check. I know it's another one, but this
Okay.
is to see if you see something with Barham.
Okay.
Something.
Nope.
Aaron, no.
Oh,
Yes,
Oh,
my
shit.
homie.
Ooh.
He's got me, man.
Ooh.
that's because I was
Oh.
looking at your
God.
achievement.
Lucille is the only one who you celebrate for a moment, but you swear,
Wait.
you swear you see something long and black and tendril-like
Nope.
snake up out of the water for just a moment after Barham, and then pull back into the lake swiftly.
Aaron, roll another perception check.
Master? What does that mean? What does that mean? Rex?
Seriously.
Meanwhile, the boat
There we
is
go.
getting
Okay.
readied with it will fit 2 people in it. The small
Rex,
boat. with
Yeah.
Aaron in front.
I'm
Aaron,
gonna
you
go in the boat.
you also see the same thing that that Lucio does.
Why?
Boat
Why
time.
did he get to roll again? No.
Because Tech Bug wants this.
Because
No.
I want it.
Why?
I want it.
He already made the roll.
Kill me, so
Apparently he
That's
wants to. So, Aaron and Gwyn are in the boat heading out. Meanwhile, Barham is in with the fisherman. Barham, what do you do?
What I told you earlier.
So, at first I kind of sit there and I'm smiling around like, yeah. and then I look at him and I'm like, I'm like, hey, can you go back to shore? My friend won't shut up. She really wants to talk to you.
Hey, man.
Get out. Get out of my boat.
Can you take me to shore, please? I'm tired.
No.
Well,
No.
I can't
Get out
swim
of my
back.
boat.
I'm too tired. You mind if I play you some tunes? I mean, I can't play anything right now. I'm too tired, but I can sing.
He very feebly takes one of the oars and starts whacking you with it. It's not even doing any damage, but you're just getting this wet whack. Whack.
Barb,
What the fuck is this situation?
kind of just stares at him and just takes the oar and he's just like, "Are you okay?
No.
What's
Aw.
the
There's
matter?"
no fish. I give sacrifice and no fish.
What kind of sacrifice did you give?
No fish.
No fish.
Get out of my boat.
I said I'm too tired. I'll get out if you take me to shore. My friends are right over there.
Aaron and Gwyn are.
no. I haven't started paddling yet. I look at Gwyn. Get out. Get out.
Why?
Because you are big and you are heavy. I want Andrew.
I'll paddle. You want?
No. Out of the boat.
Well, fine
I am-
then.
I am
You
the
just won't
sailor
get my
here.
help then.
I am the
Aaron,
sailor.
You're a
and
sailor, and you also realize that if you
Uh-huh.
take 2 people, there will be no room for a third.
I just want Andrew in the boat.
Andrew, do you get on the boat?
Why me?
Because
Andrew.
I've seen
Meanwhile, Lucille
I have
is
seen you
like,
fight.
do I say something about that? About
Have
what
you
I just
not
saw?
seen me fight?
He's just kind of like waving, like, hey.
Barb,
You get
just
into
kind of
giant
waves at him
animal.
like, "Hey man,
Yeah.
I made it."
He starts just waving. No.
I can turn
Hey.
into smaller animals.
I have seen you fight, Gwyn. You fight in giant animal form. That is no use on boat.
I can't
Andros,
do
he has daggers.
smaller.
He's handy with a knife. He gets on both.
She can become a squirrel.
I can.
He buffed the both.
Or a bird.
Get
Okay,
off
fine
people.
then. Go ahead, Andrew. I guess it's your
If you
turn.
could turn into a boat, if you could turn into a bird, then you fly over him.
You can turn into a boat.
Go ahead, Andrew. Get in the dang boat.
Andrew, do you get on the boat?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Andrew climbs
As soon
the
as
board.
Andrew gets to the boat, I shove off and start paddling towards the old man.
All right, your friends are getting closer, Byron, but they're gonna take a few moments.
At this point, Lucille sees them shipping off, and the one who was getting in the boat no longer in the boat. So he's
Gwyn
just
is
gonna
sulking.
try to like catch
Gwyn is
up to where they
pouting.
were at.
Gwyn is pouting, looking out on the shore like this.
Hey, does Gwyn need to know something about what just happened, Lucille?
He quickly catches up, and he's like, "There was something in the water."
What do you mean there's something in the water, Lucille? Fish?
What? When Barham was getting out of the boat,
Take
there
your
was
time.
something that kind of went and tried to grab her.
Damn sorcerers. What do you
But
mean
it
it tried to grab him? A hand? What are you talking about?
No, like a tendril.
A tendril. I don't know what kind of lake this is, but there is
It
a
sucks
thing
running
called
in chainmail.
octopus. Don't you know that? Could be something like that.
You've heard of
It was
these
pretty big.
octopus, yeah, in school, Lucille.
Octopi.
I don't think they get that big.
It was really big.
Maybe we should just maybe. At this point, he realizes that the linger is not going to do much, so he just turns back towards Barm and starts waving again.
Meanwhile, on shore, or on the boat, Barham sees Lucille waving, talk for a second, and then way faster.
So Barham is like kind of just like more slowly waving, like, okay, and then he goes back to the old man and he's just like, what are you
Bop.
sacrificing to? Like trying to figure out what this guy is like trying to do, like what he's sacrificing, what he's trying to sacrifice to.
The god of the lake. He will give
At
me
this point,
fish.
Lucille's going to just shout, "There's something in the water!"
It's too far away. You hear something,
I'm just like,
but there's nothing.
yeah, I look over and I'm just like, I just do
god
like
of the
really
lake
big
will
gestures like,
bless me for my sacrifice.
what? I'm sorry, what did he say?
The god of the lake will bless me for my sacrifice and give me fish at last.
Who's the god of the lake?
Meanwhile,
Oh.
Aaron and Andril have made it about halfway out onto the lake.
Aron is rowing as
That's hard as it
Hi.
can, I think.
Andrew?
Can they
Not really
hear me
sure
at this
what
point if they're like
Aron is
halfway?
saying. Not in any language he knows, but it sounds like he.
Rex, I think you swapped mics. I think your headset was dying or something because it sounds like you're using your laptop
Yeah,
mic
your
again.
webcam or laptop.
Or
mic, yeah.
webcam.
Hold on a
something.
second.
More technical difficulties, please hold.
Aron there.
Oh, there you
Hello.
go. That's better.
Ah,
Yeah,
good.
that sounds good.
Hello.
Yeah, that
Anyway,
sounds good.
repeat what you were saying.
Rowing out.
There we go. Am I back?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
you're back.
Can you hear
Okay.
us?
Anyways.
We didn't hear what you
Yes, I
said.
can. Okay. I said, as Aron is paddling furiously, Andril can tell that Aron is saying something, but it's in a language he's never heard before. And it almost sounds like a prayer or a chant as he's rowing. But he's rowing with all his strength, and he keeps looking down into the water as he's rowing, almost as if he's looking for something.
Very suspicious.
Is
Lucille's just gonna shout again.
There's something in the water. Like they could hear Barham.
You might be able to yield to the boat. They're about halfway out at this point.
Okay, so he sees them rowing and he yells. He's like, "Hey guys, I made it!"
Barbara's
So-
very happy.
Yeah.
So
this is
Lucille
Andrew and
realizes that he can't hear him, so he's actually going to cast something
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
and cast
You're gonna class fucking
thaumaturgy to make his voice boom,
Oh.
and he's just going to
Wonderful.
shout, "There is something in the water!"
Make a performance check,
Up
Lucille.
to 1 minute, sir. His voice gonna be loud as fuck for the next minute.
Sure is.
At this point, Gwen will now have something to say the next time Aaron says she's the loudest.
Yep, sure will.
That
Oh shit.
it gets
Charisma
heard
things.
by both parties. Barham in the boat with the old fisherman and Angela and Aaron halfway out across the lake.
Aaron doesn't stop what he's doing. He just keeps rowing
Can I,
and
for-
looking.
for
Sure, Barham.
role playing purposes, can I do, what would it be? Basically to, what kind of, should I do a perception check for what he might mean by that? Like if
What the
Bar-
man is talking about?
No. What Lucio, like he yells,
Oh.
there's something in the water. Like, can I, for role playing purposes, can I roll something to see if like Barham takes it
Intelligent
as like
checks.
Is it an intelligence check to see if he means like something dangerous or like if it's fish?
I
Thank
would
you, I'm
assume
not the
that
only
even
one.
just
Or
adventuring
if
like a
it's
day
fish.
with him, that the way he's waving and the way he's talking and the fact that he used some kind of it's obvious that he also must have done something to his
It was
voice to
like
make it so much louder it
urgent.
booms out across the water.
Darn,
He would
okay.
only do this if something dangerous was happening.
At this point, he's going to wave and do the hand motion of the tentacle again and be like, "Tentacles!"
Gwen is now realizing that there may actually be a problem here.
Dragon fisting! Dragon fisting!
And so
It's
Barham,
tentacle
Barham
porn.
looks back at the man in the boat and he says, "Hey, old man, you know of anything that
Hey, old man!
lives in these waters?
The god of this lake lives here.
What is
He
the
will
god of
bless
the
me
lake?
for my sacrifice.
Bonk.
What is it exactly?
Bonk.
I do not know. He's the god of this lake.
Have you seen
Go,
him?
I have
bonk,
never
go to
seen
sacrifice
him.
prison.
Yeah, well, I sure as hell ain't getting out now. So we're best friends until later.
Close are we to them at this point?
At this point, you're getting right alongside him. You pull up.
Pull up on him.
Pull up on him. Two
Pulling
two-man
up.
boats with an old man, Barham, Andril, and Aaron.
At pulling up, Aaron is going to cease his chanting, and he's going to look at Barham and the old man. Barham, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Though there's apparently something in the water.
Yes, clearly. I heard the screaming. It was very distracting.
Bonk.
But I'm fine. He wants me to get back in the water, but I told him I can't.
Do you
The
hear
Jaws
that?
theme.
It's the Jaws theme! This can't be good!
And like G of E minor.
Oh my god, that was funny. Sorry.
All right, what did the four of you do?
That was quite foolish of you. We are here to bring you back.
Technically, three of you.
Although,
I mean,
certainly,
that's a little boat you got there. And it looks full.
Steal the ore. Steal the ore, Barham.
it can fit you. If you so wish. Did the old man
Are
say
you
anything? of
sure?
It's not about size. It's about how to use it.
you? See, he knows. This is why
Listen
I
to
like.
AC, he knows from experience.
Oh my god.
But no, the old man said that whatever's in the lake, it's the god of the lake, and he sacrifices
We weren't
to
here
it.
to ask him about anything in the lake. We're here to ask him about the Vistani.
Nah, I haven't asked him anything about the Vistani.
You old man.
Nah.
Old man of the lake. Do you know where the Vistani are?
I gave it to the lake.
Hey, I don't. Look, okay. Your gods may be the same as my gods. It does not matter. The fact of the matter is, do you know where the Vistani are? We are in a rush.
I put the Vistani in the lake.
You put a Vistani in the lake. Where did you get the Vistani from?
lake.
I put it in the lake!
I
Where
put
did
the
you-
child, the Vistani child, in the lake.
I
That's
turned the
one.
Vistani child into an old man.
That's wonderful. Tell me, where did you get him?
Her.
Her,
It was
whatever.
a little child
Where did you get the child?
from the Vistani.
Where-
Those devils.
Where did they? Where did you find them? You see them
Outside the
you find-
gates. Shut
outside
the
the
fuck
gate.
up.
We were at the, we were at the gates. There was nothing. There was no one there. Which gate?
She was wandering by the western gate. I found her. I took her. I gave her as an offering to the god of the lake. He will bless me.
Aron lets out an oath in his unknown tongue, and then looks back at the other two. Ah, they are not at this gate. They're at the western gate. We came through the wrong run. Quick, Barrow, get in. We need to go.
Okay.
Luciol is still unsure that they've heard him, so he's still on the shore going.
Barm, do you get on the other
I
smaller
can
boat?
only placate the god of the snakes
When it's
for
just
so long.
like
Let's
looking
go.
at Lucille.
Okay.
What?
The three of you are on a very
Like-
tipsy, overloaded boat.
Uh-oh.
Do you head back to shore?
Aron is going to turn around and start rowing back for shore.
With a last spit, the man reaches his pole and resumes his fishing like nothing happened.
Rock the boat.
The
Rock
boat
the boat, baby.
Say a prayer, old man.
You make it halfway back to shore, and you're within audio-ish range of Lucille and Gwen, who are just so happy that nothing has happened. The boat flips over!
Yeah, I figured that'd happen. I'm in the water. Oh. Dude, why don't... Man. Dude. AC and I are in the boat too, man. Dude, I wonder what they're talking about. Hey, Coochie Man. Currently, everybody is muted. Barum swam out to the man on the lake, and he made it to the lake, but there's something in the water, and so Aaron and Andrel, they found a boat. They brought it back to go pick up Barum. We got in this small, rickety, overburdened boat, and it has now tipped over into the water where there is supposedly this god of the lake that lives in the water. It has what I'm guessing it's probably like a giant squid or something. It's got long tendrils. But he's currently talking to just Aaron, and we're all muted, so we're just, you know, chilling. Yeah, man. We going cray-cray. But yeah. That is really all we're doing. We've been copying Deadbolt, doing his hand motions, so yeah. But yeah, so we're all muted, so I can't hear any of them. I wish I could hear at least the people that weren't chatting, but oh well. Oh well. Yeah, just more Aaron things. So I just put on a little bit of music. Oh dude, Noodle showing off the lightsabers. Hell yeah. Frog. How? Actually, never mind. I see you. I see you chewing. Oh God. Oh Lord. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. Oh.
Hello?
Hello!
Oh my god, I'm back!
It has
returned.
been a full minute since everybody plopped under the water when the boat flipped over. Barum and Andrel popped up almost immediately. Aaron is still nowhere in sight.
Wow, they really did
Everybody
want to
roll
kill
perception
off
check.
Aaron.
Oh shit. Iron is fucking Rex's character is gonna die again.
Oh,
Not Lucille. Not
What,
Gwen.
what is it? Hold on, perception?
Not Andrel.
I can't see!
Yes, perception.
it's now loud.
Barum, you're my
Aaron,
only hope.
roll another strength
Oh.
check.
Oh,
Oh.
Barum. Barum's the only one who
Ooh.
notices, and he is out there.
Aaron, roll another strength. Yeah.
Why
Okay.
are you having them roll
You,
multiple?
you managed to gain a little bit of upward momentum.
He's just barely able to clear the water, lungs full of liquid, and say help, and then he slips back beneath the waves.
Quit diving in!
Barm, your eyes
Barum
dart
is the
to
one
the
who
east.
notices.
Fuck!
Barum is the one who
Your
notices.
eyes dart slightly to the east. You see a little bit of rippling in the water. You thought you heard something, but you weren't sure enough to like know exactly where it is. Everybody, roll perception again.
It's just
Barn-
a
Barn,
little.
roll another strength.
Barum's the only one who notices close enough. Yes, a ripple. Do you run towards it or swim towards it?
Yes, I swim towards it. I mean, because I can see that Andrel is next to me. Aaron
My
was the only
rolls
one
are
that was next to
fucking
me, so I
suffering
know that
today.
it was Aaron, and that's something.
Lucille and Aaron. Aaron is able to breach the
Oh, wait,
water once
Did you
again.
say we're doing another perception?
Help! Yes,
Let-
yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, there we go.
Barum
Oh
got
my
it
God.
again.
Aaron is able to breach the water. Help!
I was already swimming over there. Did I make it in time? I mean, we're literally
Lucille
all together.
heals.
Barum, make your
Barm,
own
shut the
strength
fuck
check.
up while we're
Okay.
talking. And also roll a strength check.
Wow. Okay.
There we go.
Don't feel bad. You rolled a 20 on fuck.
Says the most obnoxious and noisy person ever. Jeez.
You're so right. That's why I said fuck you. So go ahead and take the 21 and call it a day.
I did.
Barum is able to drag Aaron out of the water
Waiting.
and notices that while the sailor would usually be able to handle his own in the water, he is burdened down. Something is tugging
Something is
fiercely,
going on
heavily
for sure.
on his lower section of his body, his
Right.
legs perhaps. But Aaron, you are surfaced. You're able to gaggingly gasp for breath and speak to Baram, who is trying to help you stay afloat.
Get me at the boat quickly.
Isn't it flipped over?
It is flipped over.
Did you tell him this?
It's
Yeah,
flipped
the
over.
boat is flipped
Oh,
over.
okay.
It's in the
You
water.
guys are
but-
flipped over.
He utters a string of unknown curses and then starts trying to do his best to get out of whatever's holding him down. Did he see what was holding him down? I did succeed on a perception check for that.
There is a chain, a rusted chain, clamped onto your leg where there wasn't one before. The chain leads down just a few short feet and ends in a sack.
A chain?
A chain, an iron chain, heavily rusted.
I do not suppose you have spider breath that could work underwater to separate me from this chain.
Spider breath?
Fire.
Oh,
Fire.
Spider
I was like,
breath.
spider breath?
Ha! Webs. Ha!
Fire breath.
Well, I might have something a little better. I can breathe acid.
Wonderful. Separate me from the chain quickly. It is holding me down.
So Baram dives under the water, and am I able to use my breath weapon underwater?
It's acid, so
Possibly.
are we gonna have to read this shit?
I think it works underwater as acid. It just won't be
I
as
think so.
effective.
Okay.
Are you trying to separate Aaron from the chain?
Yeah, I'm trying to I guess melt the chain.
Okay. You do notice the bag is squirming.
Oh, I do? Wait, the bag is squirming?
Yes.
There's a squirming
The bag is squirming. The bag
The
is
bag
squirming. It
is
a
the
canvas
bag is squirming.
Oh.
The
Okay.
bag
I thought
is.
You can
said
still
there
do
was a
what you'd like to
bag.
do. It is a bag, but it's a full bag, and it's part of the weight that's being added to his leg.
Okay, so
Everybody,
Baram,
we know there's a bag.
he kind of used the chain to pull himself closer to the bag, and I use my axe to kind of cut it. Am I able to do that?
On the bag itself,
Yeah. Cut the
you'll have
bag.
to hold your breath and make the attack roll, so you have a disadvantage. But go ahead and make a melee attack against the bag.
Can I do it? Oh, is it? I'm just rolling
Yeah,
it
it's
multiple
putting
times.
it to chat.
Whoops.
You have to hit the attack.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to come up. Thank you. There we go.
Okay. You're able to make a small tear in it. You're not able to extract the contents of the bag, but you do see that there is a person inside it.
Okay.
That bitch did.
Am I able to since I've got a small tear, put my hands in there and try to rip it open?
You can attempt to do so.
With a
You
strength
would need
check?
your strength check. Yep.
Is this also at a disadvantage? Or-
You've already made the rent. Actually, you are almost drowning at this point, being under the water, and you're having to help Aaron stay up. So yes, this is disadvantage still.
Okay.
Okay, you're able to widen the gap
Oh, wow.
a little
Why
bit.
is there so much?
And fortunately, it's a small person who is flailing about and rapidly losing what little air they have, seems. You see some bubbles stream out of their mouth.
Baram,
Oh, they're alive.
Baram grabs this child and it was wiggling. Of course, they.
Yeah, but I didn't remember
Dead things
how long
don't
ago it
wiggle.
was.
How long? Well, I mean, this is Barovia.
True. But
Valid.
Baram yanks this child out of there as quickly and not gently as possible, and
Pull an arm off.
goes up as
Yeah.
fast as possible because obviously he's been holding his breath forever.
Aaron, the burden gets lighter, but the chains are still the heaviest part of what's weighing you down. But you're able to get a little more headway at this point. Meanwhile, Baram surfaces from the water with what appears to be another individual in tow, which most of you notice, including Andril, who's also floating nearby.
Baram shouts to Andril, Andril, take the child! Because he's currently trying to hold basically two people up. And
Why
himself.
am I mixed up with the children?
It's true.
Yeah.
I will grab the
Andrew's going to be a great father figure.
Yes, yes. And
All right.
So after this, after he basically like shoves this child to Andrel and like takes multiple deep breaths, he goes underwater again to this time do the breath attack on the chain.
Okay.
The chain.
The chain.
In the meantime, I'm gonna try to release myself from the chain,
Oh,
if that's possible.
I don't know how to. It just had me, I guess, put that down. I don't know how that works, but okay.
It's a dex save against a chain.
Yeah.
The chain fights back.
Are you talking to me or the breath weapon?
The breath weapon.
Oh.
You make a little headway on the chain, but Aaron seems to be treading water at this point, and it's still heavy, and you'll have to figure out something else to get it off of him once you make it on shore.
Okay.
But you haven't made a clean cut yet. You've gone through one link, and there's still the rest of the chain left.
Okay. So I guess we swim into shore, boys.
Okay. Andrew
What
has
would
the small child. What's that, Aaron?
What would I need to roll to try to loose my foot from the chain?
It would be sleight of hand, I think, is the equivalent of lockpicking. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
You're able to reach down, and with the weight of the child and a fresh breath in your lungs, you're able to get down and hold long enough that you're able to work with the chain lock that is around your leg, and you manage to break that free. You're really grateful for fresh
Yeah, I've
air
not seen
again
it. Gucci
after
man.
having to deal with all this, and the weight is off your ankles.
Going to swim for shore then, or
Okay.
actually, is the boat floating nearby upside down, or no?
Black shapes emerge from the water and drag the boat down below the water waves. And so it is just the four of you now, stranded out in the water.
Gwen's just
Not have
chilling
made it easy
Strahd.
on me, I see. He starts swimming for shore.
Okay. It takes longer now that most of you are exhausted from swimming out and rowing out and then swimming back. But a short time later, the party is able to reunite, plus one small child, a little girl.
Lucio looks at them. Did you steal a child from the old man?
From the lake.
The child was the
Did you steal a child
sacrifice.
again?
How many times are we gonna steal child? Please tell me you're not going to feed that to Gwen.
No, the child was a sacrifice to the lord of this lake. It would seem that somehow I managed to find this sacrifice.
Lucio just slowly steps between Gwen and the child, like, oh, okay, that's cool.
I believe
Gwen is
this
gonna
child
push
is
Lucille out of the way.
this child is Vistani and should be able to take us to their camp. Albeit, I believe it is on the west side of the town, not the north side as we previously thought.
She is coughing up great quantities of water from her lungs. It seems like she was absolutely full of it. Her hair is completely tangled with seaweed and muck and gunk from the bottom of the lake. She appears to have had algae, maybe? Or like barnacles growing on her for a moment, and they seem to be flaking off of her as she is slowly coming to on the beach. Andrew hauling her up and laying her down on the shore.
How long was she in the water?
Seriously.
When did you guys see the sack go over?
Yeah, that was a couple days ago, right?
Not a couple days, but it was the
A
a
day.
day.
Yesterday.
Gwen's gonna like get the stuff out of her hair, or like try her best to, comb it free with her fingers and everything. Cause yucky.
But Lucio is
Go ahead and make
very
a
cautiously
dexterity
watching.
check, Gwen.
Okay.
Meanwhile, her eyes finally open, and she mostly finishes chugging up as much water as she can. Her breaths come in shallow rasps that sounds like a
Cool.
tiny, tiny windpipe is all she has left.
Careful, child, you have just restored the lake to its original height. How are you feeling?
Not good.
This voice.
I can see that.
Did
What happened?
You have just restored the lake to its original height. I just want it to be a highlight. Like, can you say anything more nerdier?
Give him 15 minutes.
Let's talk about semen.
Seaman?
Yeah,
Seaman.
because he's.
What?
I said talk about as in
What
referring to
happened?
he's a sailor.
What
Yeah.
happened?
You have been underneath the lake for quite some time. It's a miracle you are still alive.
I remember a man. He. I remember a man. He hit me, and I tried to get out, but he had something over me.
Toe beans.
I remember water, and that was it.
Do not remember anything after the water.
No.
Yeah, that is a
Just-
miracle, I would say. We should take you home. Where are you from?
She tries to sit upright at this point and almost falls back over, but is able to, after a moment, get herself up on one elbow. And she goes, south of town, in the woods.
South of town.
It's safe there.
What were you doing at the west? Never mind. It matters not. Come. We cannot take her through the town. The towns do not seem friendly to the Vistani. We must take the long way.
Okay.
Barm just looks at her.
Gwyn,
It's
at
like,
this point,
"Can you
your
walk?"
height and your strength would be useful.
Oh, thank God. I'm finally able to do something. Oh my God. All right.
Oh my god, am I talking now? Oh shit, hold on.
I'm here. I'm here.
Can you
Would you
carry
like
the
me
child?
to carry the child? Okay.
Barn, what did you want to do?
I was just asking her if she could walk.
She does not seem she is able to walk very fast at the moment. This kid should definitely be dead. And there's
When-
some questions to be asked here, but
Gwen is gonna
expediency
put her
is
on
of the moment.
her back, like carrying her like this.
Okay. Piggyback style. Her arms
Yeah.
hang limply at your side, and you get a whiff. Frog, you live in Florida. I assume you've probably smelled this smell before. You know what like a draining, drying lake smells like?
Dead
Like a
fish.
swamp, yeah.
Dead
She
fish.
smells like that.
That
Smelled
lovely
that today.
mud.
A little bit of algae and mud, yeah.
Algae, fishy bits. She
When is
stinks
gonna, like-
real strong of that. And then she puts her arms over you. They hang limp, but like the cloth from the clothing that she has drenched left is just
Gwen is gonna just like wrinkle her nose very like, but is trying to make sure the child can't see her, so she's just,
Very
like looking at the
petite.
floor.
Very petitely and royally wrinkled her nose.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God,
no.
okay. That's
If
how
only
bad
you
it
had
is.
only you
While
had
while
advantage
she's
on that.
doing that,
Yeah, sure.
while
what's
she's
up?
doing that, I'm going to
Advantage.
just kind of.
I said if only you had advantage on that from the
Oh.
wolf stake.
He's just gonna kind of casually look around or look back towards the lake to the old man fishing, and he's going to yell out, "Throw yourself in, old man! You might find some fish then."
Holy shit.
He
Damn
continues
right.
fishing with nary bats an eye.
Why
Yeah,
didn't
he
the
doesn't give a
fucking-
shit about you, dude.
Why didn't the thing just take him? Like, come on, man.
I tried.
So
He's in a boat out there all the time.
Dude,
Why
why, didn't it
didn't
grab
it?
me
Why
as I
didn't
was
it?
swimming out there?
Why didn't it?
It wanted
He's already
Wow.
Eron.
Inside.
Huh.
questions that need answering.
Huh,
says
that's so
Gandalf.
bizarre that it didn't do that. Huh, weird.
So you decide to head to the Vistani camp. It doesn't overpower Gwyn at first, but it gets real old after a bit, and there's a point right about as you're rounding. Which way do you go? Because you're going around the town. Are you going clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise.
Whoever
Because we were
wants to-
closer to the east, right?
Yeah, we were
At
closer
this
to the
point, yeah,
east
you would
on
have
that.
been. You would be a little bit quicker on the eastern side. You think?
Yes. So let's go there.
The child
Southeast and the
makes-
south, yeah.
The child makes vague directions. She doesn't speak in long bursts. She still seems to be recovering herself, which makes sense. But it takes about an hour to get all the way around the town to the southernmost part. And sure enough, there is a campfire visible after a time in the southern woods, out of sight, away from Valaki, that betrays the presence of someone out in these woods. And you can hear the sounds of something like a crack, like a whip, happening in the camp. And it's the loudest sound as you approach. It's going. Then you emerge into the Vistani campsite.
Well, ain't this lovely?
It is a somewhat familiar sight. The wagons are familiar to you, similar to the type that Madame Ava had at her campsite. However, there are no revelers, there are no people singing, there is no partying going on. Instead, there is just one Vistani man who is currently being whipped on one of the wagons by a large, brutish-looking individual. And he is cursing in common, loud enough to be heard across the campsite. You're supposed to be watching her! And the five of you approach, and it doesn't seem he really even notices your arrival because he is so bent. He's got a vein popping out on his head. His face is red with rage. And most importantly, there's no wine to be seen, which may seem to be something that Vistani really would like to have to be.
No wine.
No wine.
Lucio's gonna see this, run forward and try to get between him with the shield, with his shield blocking the man.
Bro!
Yeah. Barham,
Flashbacks to Mithras.
Barham sees this.
The
and,
man
like,
being whipped says, "No! Get back!" to Lucille.
He's still standing there, looks at the man. Why do you whip him?
Get out! Get away from him! I must take this punishment. The big man holds the whip in his hand and is looking between you and the individual.
Gwen is rushing
There's a
over
tense
with the
moment.
child on her back.
Gwyn rushes over, almost collapses from both stench and burden of having a not a too small child. We're not talking like a 5-6-year-old. We're talking more like a 10-year-old on her back, and she makes it there. And the man's astonishment becomes complete, and he goes, "Arabelle, you've come back." The whip falls to the ground, and he rushes over and takes the child off of Gwyn's back.
Oh wait, I'm probably collapsing, so.
Yep.
Fuck.
He pulls her off and hugs her close, but not too hard.
She's stinky.
She does stink, but he doesn't care.
Lucio's going to
My
grab
father's
the
true love.
whip. make sure it's not in his hands anymore.
Is this your
The
daughter?
whoop way. There's a few more moments before he says anything, but he finally looks up towards Gwyn and says, Yes, this is my daughter. I've been looking for her for days now. I was whipping this man because he was her caretaker. He lost sight of her when they went foraging in the woods. I was punishing his oversight. I'm just so glad she's back.
That would explain why she was found in the western woods as opposed to the southern, like your camp's location is.
She is the heir to Madame Ava's legacy. She goes back and forth between her camps sometimes. I was letting her go thinking she would be safe, but who did this to her? And the anger returns suddenly. The vein pops out on the head and he looks back at each of you. He's not angry at you, but you can tell he wants to know who did this.
Barham goes,
Lucio looks at him.
Fisherman
The
on
old
the
man
lake.
on the lake.
We're all like, yeah, that guy.
He barks.
I told him to throw himself in the lake, but he did
He
not.
barks a command, and a few moments later, a few very scared-looking Vistani crawl out of a wagon, and he speaks again in a language you can't quite understand. They grab swords from the wagon and disappear into the woods to the north.
Lucio, as they disappear, just yells out, "There's something in the lake!"
Yeah.
The call
Be
back.
careful out there.
I cannot ever thank you enough for bringing my child back to me.
It was of no consequence.
It is the world to me. And I promise, if there's anything in my power to grant you strangers, I will do it. Except
Actually-
wine, sadly.
Actually, there might be something you can do. You see, we actually
Ask.
originally struck out looking for you because we seek a missing person from Vlaki, a
Missing person.
grave digger by the name of Bilovich.
Let me gather my men and ask. I have been staying here in camp to coordinate our rescue efforts, and I have not been abroad in some time. Let me ask them, though. It is our purview to go out abroad across Valaki and around, because the people do not trust us any longer. Again, he shouts. More Vistani appear from wagons, 5 or 6 this time. He asks them questions in his odd language, and each of them respond in kind, and most are saying, no. No. However, he turns back to you after finishing his inquiry and says, what I can tell you is that there has been no travel in or out of Valaki in quite some time except for yourselves. You're the only ones I had seen, and I noticed that you were not carrying a child amongst yourselves, so I did not bother you.
So he is still in the town. That does not narrow it down very much.
I can tell you after looking for my daughter so long that there's certainly no way your man got out of Valaki without me knowing. I would have known immediately.
At least we don't have to search the woods.
Yeah.
I asked this question at greatest hesitation, but only because so far you Vistani have proven trustworthy. You would not perchance know where any saintly bones may be kept, do you?
Brother! Have you found your lost child? Oh.
Hey,
It's you again!
I remember this man.
You,
Who is it?
Let me check my notes.
Barum, at seeing him, walks over to him and grabs him by the.
Oh, I don't have my old notes. I don't know. I don't know. His
Well, okay, before. This is the guy who sent us here originally.
Is it?
Was it? Yeah, and.
He was
it's
the
a
one in
fake
the
note,
tavern, yeah.
Right? Okay. I just wanted to make sure really quick because of Frog saying, wait, I don't have my notes. I wanted to make sure this was the right
Yeah, I don't
person.
have
It
them.
might be, it might not be. Are you sure?
I am now because Noodle is nice to me.
It's a roleplay thing. If you don't remember, it's been days.
No, that was me, that was Kanani not remembering, not my character.
It might be. You never know.
DB?
Big law.
Anyways, Barum walks up
Big
to
law.
him angry, grabs him by like the collar, and like, is there trees nearby? Yeah, there's trees. We're in the woods.
Yeah,
and
there's
like
trees
pushes
nearby.
him against a tree.
It's trees.
And
Put it,
just
put it in
like,
Is there
you,
trees?
you lied to us.
Tal, what? What are you talking about?
You gave us a note saying that your master had sent you. That was, and he just like lets go of him and just walks off. Like, I'm just so angry.
Lucio sees this and is just like,
I got the note from the burgomaster's man. I don't know what to tell you.
Burgomaster's what?
The burgomaster's man. He gave it to me to deliver to you. We're the only ones who can leave Barovia after all.
Did he happen to be a big scary man?
They didn't
No.
want
Lucio
anyone
takes a
coming
few
to
steps
help
towards
them.
him. You can leave?
Yes. Vistani can come and go freely out of Barovia. That is why we are often sent on errands for the powers that be here, the burgomasters, even sometimes. Yes, I'm assuming you're speaking of the Lord Strahd.
What was that
A bead
again?
of sweat runs down. No.
The Lord Strahd?
Then perhaps you can get us out.
Doesn't sound too bad, huh?
It's possible. There is a potion you can take. As soon as he says potion, the brother, as he says brother, the one who has the child, says, don't worry about the potion. It's not very good.
Don't worry about the potion. It's
The,
not very good.
The deal he speaks of goes
the,
back many years before I was there. Before I
The
was
deal he
born.
speaks of goes back many years before I was...
Where's his other voice coming from? Who is this guy? So just a small, like, man hidden behind somebody.
Yeah.
The deal he speaks of goes back
the
many,
echo.
many years before I was
Wow.
born.
So we can strike a deal with Strahd to leave.
Possible. There's a lot to talk about here, and we're out here in the rain. Can you come into my tent and we will speak more of it?
Absolutely. We are
Gun is
in
like dragging herself.
we're in somewhat of a rush, but it seems you finally have answers of things we seek.
Okay. Barham, do you go in the tent?
No.
Okay, I figured. That's why I asked you.
He's afraid of it. He's
Lucio's
afraid of
gonna
it
go
being
in the
another
tent.
pocket dimension.
The
They go in, they
the
never come
other
out.
fellow, whose name you can't remember, shrugs like this at Barham as he goes by, and then just slinks into the tent.
Shrug.
Big shrug.
Late
Okay,
shrug.
he leads you into the largest tent, which seems to be his chambers, and also the place where all their goods are kept. There are boxes, crates of exotic goods, carpets, rugs, weapons, arms and armor, horse livery, horse DLC horse armor from Skyrim. All sorts of goods that seem to be mothballed, more or less, covered in dust and unused, not put out for sale. The Valakians talking about not being able to trade with the Vistani seems to be holding true, as all of these goods are just kind of stacked up in here. He leads you in and says, still holding his daughter tightly, goes, I would offer you wine at this time. It is the custom of our people to be gracious to guests, but I will try to start from the beginning as best I can. And be honest with you, you have saved the most precious thing in my life to me, and I will answer anything in my power to do. I will do it for you.
Well, I suppose. I mean, the wine is unfortunate, especially as my friend here, he loves his wine, but that is of no consequence.
The other brother nods in heavy agreement.
Supposedly, we were told by Madam Mistress Eva that the Vistani hold a treasure, and a missing child holds the key we seek. This is a missing child, and you are Vistani. Perhaps you know of what she speaks.
He puts a hand to his head and goes, great grandma is so foresightful, and yet she could not tell me that it would be my child that would be missing.
Of course.
She is cryptic, to say the least.
Yes.
Yes, I have something of value to the Lord Strahd, which you may find of use to you. Shall I fetch it now?
Shit.
We would,
Yes.
yes, I would say so.
All right. He departs to one of the boxes inside the tent. A smaller one that is inconspicuously jammed in between some larger crates of leather armor and scimitars. And he pulls out a black leather-bound tome. A large book, almost the size of his fist as he clasps it. Magic casters, Gwyn, Luciol, and Barham. The three of you get a significant chill down your spine as the tome comes into view.
I'm not in the tent. Do I still get a chill?
You still feel it
Okay.
outside the tent. Something evil this way comes.
Oh, is this the tomb? The tomb?
The man says, "This is the tome of Strahd." Strahd wrote about his life before and after his turn to vampirism in this book.
Please read. It's Sad Boy Story.
And he has some of his magic secrets in here, although I dared not inquire to them myself. But perhaps this will shed some light on your quest.
I am suddenly reminded, where is Irina?
Who?
He looks at Gwen. Was Irina in the room with you when you left? I suddenly realized she is in our charge, but we just kind of left her behind.
She said she was comfortable at the inn and would rather stay out of sight right now.
Very well. I apologize for disrupting this, but seeing the tome, it suddenly reminded me that we are missing somebody.
the four of you who are in the room, please roll. Is it scrutiny? I always forget what it's called. Insight.
Insight, yeah.
Please roll insight. The four people in the tent. So not Barum.
Ooh.
Meh.
Mm.
Mine's a 20. It just got knocked to say 5, okay? It says 20 on the thing, I promise.
-1. Yeah.
Gwyn,
Yes.
I'm going
not have a high
to
wisdom.
message something to you.
Why do I always get the secret shit?
Go ahead and continue.
Because you're all
speaking,
good. Fuck.
Aaron.
Anyways, I apologize. This tome contains the story of his life. Very good. Are any of us in here versed on the lore of vampires? I am not. You do not see vampires often at sea. You might say vampire pirates are somewhat of a rarity where I am
Oh,
from.
with the vampire pirates, exactly.
And
Was this question for the other people or for
yeah,
anyone in the room?
this is for the other party members.
The party.
Okay.
Perhaps Lucio, you are well read.
Lucio, you can make an Arcana check to see if you know anything about undead in particular. Gwyn.
Quinn?
Anytime it's actually.
I'm talking Gwyn.
Yes, I just sent you a question.
Gwyn, you can also make an Arcana check to see if you know anything additional about vampires, having some experience with undead of your own.
Yep. Hehe. -1.
I had a fairly intelligent jump stat of this
Lucille,
group.
you're like, those are the guys who are dead, but not really, right?
Yeah. Lucille is like, maybe this book will help us.
Hold on 1 second. I think I have Shaun of the Dead on Amazon Video. Give me 2 hours. I'll be right back with you guys.
Hang on,
We're
I have a
just
dead
gonna
brother.
let-
Maybe he'll know something.
He needed the records. That's why. We'll just go to the pub and wait for this to blow over.
Gwen is going to be staring at the Vistani man that we forgot the name of.
There's 3 Vistani in the room at this point.
The fucking dude who
Yeah,
we don't,
okay.
who we don't remember the name
Don't
of.
you get it? The dude!
The one.
You
The
could
The
one.
dude we
For a
don't know
name,
the
you
name
know.
of, that we forgot the name of.
Yeah, you could ask
that-
for the name
Okay, what's the name?
in character. You're asking him the name in character. You're not asking the GM.
I don't think he said his name yet.
I don't remember y'all name.
Excuse me, sir. What was your name again?
I am wounded that you would forget my name so soon, but
So sorry. I
I am
lost my
Argal.
notes.
Like gasp. I lost my note.
I am Aragal.
How do you spell that, sir?
Like
Thank
this.
you.
Like this type name.
Yeah. I typed in my notes. Wait, hang on.
Fucking dying. Oh my god.
Okay.
Your name is right there. Why'd you type your name?
I just.
Holy shit.
What am I asking him? I can't recall because fucking Bubby keeps screaming at me every fucking second.
Back to Aaron. What are you asking? Nobody knows anything about vampires more than they probably suck blood.
Vampire role is basically where we're at.
I one time read the Vampire Diaries.
Therefore, I know nothing about how
Well,
vampires work.
one time I had a subscription to WB, so
I one time had a woman bite me, but it was. I don't think she was a vampire.
I'm
I
not
think she just
very
had
well read.
rabies.
I think she was just hung around. I don't know.
I'm not very well read, and I do not think this book will help me very much. Perhaps one of you more intelligent types might be able to make use of it.
More
Lucille
intelligent
looks
types.
around.
Intelligent is a very strong word.
Yeah.
My int -1 that I just rolled.
You guys lost the wizard.
Yeah.
I mean, perhaps some of it rubbed off on Lucio.
Well,
He
I
might
don't
be
have.
able
I
to
don't
use
have terrible intelligence. It's my wisdom that's.
Lucille, maybe you would like to carry the book. For
Lucille,
obvious
the
reasons.
Looking at it.
Look.
Sure.
Great.
Why not?
Thank you. Gwen is gonna
He
return her
grabs it. Just
attention
kind of feels
on
gross
Argal.
touching.
Okay.
and it's gonna be like, I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say originally. Hang on, just a moment. Oh, do you happen to work for, how did they say it, the devil?
Work for the devil? That's ridiculous. I do many jobs throughout the Vistani lands. I come and go out of the land as I please. I work with my brother here, and we make our money selling goods and wares, and sometimes, yes, making courier trips, such as the letter that I delivered to you, which supposedly was from the burgomaster. But you're telling me that this was a falsehood?
Yes, actually, because it didn't have anything to do with him, unfortunately.
That is most unfortunate. I'll have to be more careful about where I pick my letters up from. You'll have
Where
to.
did you pick it up from?
The burgomaster's house. From a servant there.
Okay. Just wanted to, you know,
didn't get a
ask a couple
letter.
more questions since we got a little lost on our way, especially. That whole just trip was just quite the stressful quest, honestly, that you put us through. So,
What did you do? Did you not make it to the burgomaster's house?
well, the carriage that you so kindly sent for us
As in her hair?
Yeah, what do you mean?
just happened.
She looks green on mine.
I look
just
red.
happened to get ambushed,
That is so sad.
and the horsemaster was actually, we don't know where he's at anymore, so that was a whole nother thing. Just a whole lot of messed up crap going on. Yeah.
This is just a Kanani note. I love how Gwen was like, no, we may not say anything, no information given.
Well, this
Now
man,
it's
he's
like,
the one who
let
sent
me
us
give
on the fucking
entire
thing.
story.
No. Lucille is sitting there just kind of taking it all in, like, so this is what my brother's been doing.
Yeah, this is news to you. This is what happened. I am terribly sorry to hear that. I'm sure Lord Strahd would want to hear about his man being ripped apart if that's what happened to him.
Ripped apart.
Something like that.
I do not wish to interrupt or be rude, but we have requested we are on it. Not much time. If you do not
At this
have
point, Lucille is reminded, is just like stands up and is like, yes!
if
Well-
you do not have any information about our missing gravekeeper or the bones of the saint, then perhaps
Bones of the
we should
Saint.
go on.
Yes.
What does that mean, Goody
What-
Man?
Oh, in that church they have in town?
Yes, they are missing
Oh.
from the church, and we do not want to let the townsfolk know. But you are from the town, and you seem to have information of things that go on. So I feel comfortable talking to you about this.
The big man puts a hand to his heart and says, "You have my word on my life and the life of my daughter. If I see anything come out of that town, you will be the first to hear of it."
It's much appreciated. But we should head back to town since we now
Gotcha,
know that
makes sense.
Milovich is not left.
Lucille, realizing that just standing up and
And
leaving
not
would be
wrong.
rude, looks at them and goes, "Thank you for your time, good sirs."
Well,
And turns around and just starts heading out.
I'm glad we found your daughter, but I do have one other question for y'all. Do y'all happen to know?
Does Lucille already exit? Just as a
He's
Kind of question.
he's kind of like stepping towards the door when she says this and stops like, uh-oh.
Okay, go ahead, Gwen.
Do y'all happen to know where just looking at my notes, shut the fuck up, where an evil tree grows? Probably around a bunch of graves on a hill or something like that.
If
I've
an
got-
evil tree grows in the forest, does it make a sound?
I've got some insiders checking for it, but I just want to see if y'all might know anything about it. A shortcut, maybe, or anything. If you know
An
about
evil
it.
tree on the hill with graves.
Yes.
The question is, does the evil tree grow lemons? Because I've heard from somewhere
How'd it go?
that every villain is
Argal,
lemon.
you go much further than I do. Have you heard of this place? Argal shakes his head in the negative. The other brother turns back and goes, "We've traveled the roads many times, us Vistani. If there was anything like that on this Valish route, we would know. What you're looking for is probably deeper in the woods. Unfortunately, it is best Vistani and Barovians alike do not go too deep into those woods. You would need someone much more skilled with the woods around here and nature in general than I. If I hear a legend,
Coochie Man.
I will certainly ask about it, but I have no such memory of a place that matches the description. If the druids were still our allies, it might be easier to find out, but sadly, many of the druids that haunt these woods are lost to madness.
I do keep hearing about these druids. Maybe I should get to know my kin.
Perhaps. Perhaps
They
that
might
would be
have
best.
some more answers for us. Okay, well, thank
Christy
you so
wolves
much.
and now druids being your kin. Your family tree must be very interesting.
Yes.
No.
My father was Sonic Blue.
My father was Sonic the Hedgehog.
And now I am
Wait,
Sonic White.
what is that guy's name? The streamer, the first streamer, isn't it Sonic Blue?
I don't know.
He won an
Ooh,
award.
I don't know if I know about this. Oh no,
It's the Street Fighter guy. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but that's your dad, canonically.
I'll look it up. I know who you're talking about. I'll look it up. Hold on.
Okay. Any other questions
No.
for the big man, including what is your name?
What is your name, big man? What is your name?
What is your name?
What
He is
Wow.
your
Luvash.
favorite color?
Sonic Fox.
Sonic Fox.
Oh,
that's your
yeah,
dad's name.
Sonic Fox. Yeah,
Sonic
yeah.
Fox is your dad. Okay. And tome in hand, child delivered.
He is a gay black furry man, and he is your father now.
True. All right. Where are you headed to now?
Back to town.
Back to town,
back
yeah.
to the town.
I'm currently
to find
angrily
out.
chopping a tree. Just because.
Borrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound of a giant log falling.
Kanani is like, I'm training my wood cutting. Sorry, guys.
I will be able to build camp soon.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
almost able to
had to
use
do
a
something
rude
while y'all were
hatchet.
talking.
But
I'll be able to cut down those yew trees.
Confucius say, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, am I still angry?
If a tree falls in the wood, was it Kanani that cut it down?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, fuck that tree.
Which direction will you go to head back into town? It is now approaching midday. It hasn't been too long since the morning. It's not even noon yet, but it's getting close. How are you going to?
Town is to head straight north, right?
You
go
can head
to
straight
the-
north, but you'll literally go to the wall because the south wall is here. You have the map.
Right.
I'll bring it up for you.
Right, but isn't the gate we came in like? The gate we came in is over here.
Yes.
So if we go
Originally, then you left this gate, then you went all the way around and went through the woods and ended up here.
So which
As
gate is
Luvash
Let's
said.
go
closest?
here.
Here.
Yeah.
So that gate is closest. Okay.
Yep.
Whatever
The
gate is
west
closest
gate.
is the gate we're gonna go through.
All right, just making sure you're going
I
into the
thought we were,
western gate.
I thought we were down here.
I thought
No,
so too, to be honest.
He points
I
out
did
on the
too.
map that you came all the way over here through
Okay.
the woods.
We're going in the woods.
All right.
You move up.
So we're going to the closest
and
gate.
Yes.
You move up and rejoin the road and make your way as headed back into town. Mr. Tech Bug. Here, hold on.
Oh, God.
Yes, sir.
Hang on, I think he's typing to you.
He had to mute himself.
Yep,
The
that
angry
means
typing.
Typing.
It's too strong.
Angry. I have to
I
do
know,
that
right?
now. It sucks. Good mic issues.
Sure. Roll for it. How about that?
Okay, here
Sure,
you adult.
Scoochie Man.
Yeah, do it.
It's
Good.
okay. He can hear me. That's the only thing that matters. Roll for it.
Can Gucci use pretend roll?
Plus minus 10.
80-year-old cutting a tree in the woods. Why y'all talking about me going evil in here? The fuck? I see this chat.
We know it's gonna happen.
No, I'm good
Quinn's
girl.
too nice. She's hiding something.
I may be
Lucille.
chaotic,
I
but
mean,
I'm still
Lucille
good.
is already knows you eat kids, so.
That was a mistake. Just like killing the child was a mistake.
Yeah, you
Not only has
you
she
murder
eaten a
children,
child,
eat children.
but she's murdered one too.
Uh-oh.
She can't help it. Oh, shit.
You are on the road leading into town and are just barely out of sight of the gate from the bend. You're surrounded by some abandoned houses which are distant from the Svalich road. Everybody who used to live here pulled back into town when the town essentially cut itself off from the rest of the world. And it's right about here that you become dimly aware after a perception check. Roll, everybody, 5 perception checks, please.
5 perception checks.
Not Andrew. Not Barham.
Come on. I am
Yay!
deaf, dumb, and blind today. apparently.
Lucille becomes aware, perhaps heightened because of the book, and maybe heightened because of his fear of Izek, the demon-handed man. He's keeping a little bit of a close eye on what's going on around him. That Lucille notices that somebody's watching him from one of the buildings, and Gwen, critting the success, notices that there are a couple people nearby who are watching you intently. Do you cast Barkskin, Gwen?
Yes, I do.
All right. You manage to cast up Barkskin instead of alerting the party, so the rest of them will be surprised,
Oops,
but you'll have
sorry, guys.
Barkskin. And because it's a cast, the people springing out at you realize what's going on, that they have been spotted, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Lucille is just going to shout to be careful.
Battle music! Oh, Lucille tries to do the right thing.
Sorry, Lucia. Sorry, guys.
No, it's
I
fine.
was like, Barkskin time, it's gotta go. Ooh, it cannot roll.
Yeah, same.
Oh, let me roll.
Did you... Techbug, what are you
Game
doing around here?
paused.
Wait, why can you not roll? There's stuff
What do you
here.
mean? What am I doing?
Paused.
Game paused.
Oh
game
yeah,
paused.
Yeah,
game's
keep
paused, but
paused.
it let me roll
Yeah.
for initiative.
Everybody rolled initiative. There's initiative values here.
Oh, I don't see
I
it.
didn't
I don't
see it.
see any initial. I
Oh,
don't
is that
see
the
initial
is that an
values.
old initiative? I see initiative.
Where
Yeah.
are all these dots?
What dots? What are you
The
talking
flowers?
about? Are you hallucinating?
Yeah, those
No, I
are
see
flowers.
the dots on the map.
They're flowers, guys.
Are you
Yeah,
serious
they're-
with
they're
me?
flowers.
Or...
No, they're flowers.
No, they're flowers. They're
Oh,
like
yeah, they are
daisies.
flowers. If you zoom in, they're flowers.
Yeah,
little
I
daisies.
only see the 17 for initiative.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
still
I don't
can't
see
roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Early enough.
Here, it's okay. Hold
Oh,
on,
oh.
hold on.
It just let me.
There
There
it
goes.
goes.
I had to
There we go.
reset it. I'll have to manually put you in at
Uh-oh.
17. What's your
Did
face?
it not roll?
Lucille. Okay.
Well, this ain't going well.
There you go.
Oh, that was tech bug. never
How's
mind.
that?
Um,
3.
Okay. So
3.
Thank God.
Lucille is first with 17.
Heck yeah, Coochie Man.
Aaron
Thanks.
is next.
No, Angel's
Can you
next.
make a?
Andrew's next with 16.
Can you make it? Oh, because it's still got him as 5 on the. What is happening to the?
Yeah,
The
for mine
other
it
thing.
shows Angel 16.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it shows it right except for mine. Mine is still at the bottom.
Something's wrong with the.
Wait, what do you mean yours is
tracker.
wrong? What is yours supposed to be?
It says mine has
17.
everything right except
It is
Lucille has
17,
no
right?
roll.
Aaron.
Lucille
he had
has
to reset
17
it, so-
up for me.
Yeah, 17.
Oh, it still has 17 up for you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
And then it has Aaron as 11, Gwen as
Is that
7,
your,
and me as 5.
Yeah,
Check bug,
I
is
mean
that
those
your
are fine.
dexterity
Those are
roll?
good. Or those are right on
Yeah.
my screen.
Tag bug. Is that your dexterity roll?
Oh, I'm looking at
3?
the actual initiative tag.
That's the base roll.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Should you add a plus or minus?
Gwen. Okay, so it's actually. Sorry, I have to put it in here because apparently it's not wanting to work for me. I don't know.
I see.
Noodle's just rocking out, dude.
Sure is.
Yeah, he is. He's happy, man, because someone hit affiliate.
True.
Can we get some hype? Hell
Hype in the chat for Noodle
Hype in the
Affiliate.
chat. He finally hit.
Stop.
affiliate.
Fucking finally! Now we
Stop
finally
it,
get
you
to see him
guys.
suffer with Subnautica. Can't wait.
Right? Yay.
Everyone tune in
Coochie Man's
tomorrow
just like,
night
hype.
for Subnautica.
Tomorrow night, it's probably 7:30 Eastern. 7:30 Eastern.
Time to see Noodle get scared as fuck. I can't wait.
Hopefully I can come.
And be extremely uncomfortable.
Deep sea diving.
As long as I'm in the shallows, it will be fine.
No
When
shallows
I have
in
to
the
get
game.
out of the shallows.
No
which is
shallows
pretty
in the game.
quick.
None. Only deep sea.
You start in the shallows. It can't be no shallows.
No shallows.
No shallows. All right, sorry, I can't start here. I just have to
Only
go
deep
Big
sea.
CC.
Look at my nose rings. They're like glinting.
I
Wait.
think I put
look,
in.
Look at that
I think I
glint.
posted something on Twitter too.
Whoa. Whoa, they're glinting.
All right.
You know something I'm noticing,
That one
Noodle?
as well.
Mm.
You need some shiny lights in your background too.
You
Lucille, you go first because
Yeah, I
you
need
were
some
not surprised by the
backup.
perception check, and you weren't able to precast a spell, but you see. Let's unveil these.
What are we gonna see? What are we gonna see?
A couple of shadowy, cloaked figures approaching from the north. Can you see
do.
them?
Boys.
Oh,
Oh no. No.
All right, hold on. Oh, I
It's
need to
very
give,
dark.
Yeah, it's set for darkness because of how woods work. There we go. Now can you see
okay.
them?
They're up to the top left.
Up. Look up.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay, it's your turn first.
Okay. Okay. I am, of course, surprise, surprise, going to cast this
Surprise,
at
surprise.
this guy here. And
I just messaged you the turn order, tech bug, so you know, with the enemies involved, so you know when they go.
Yep, I gotcha.
All right, go ahead and make the attack roll, Lucio.
Interesting.
well,
I promised you combat, Rex.
I know.
You better be happy.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
happy.
Me and Rex
So
better
happy
be
Discord
happy.
kicked me out and then put me back in.
My face
Which
when...
one are you targeting, Mr. Lucio? Can you ping it or somehow?
Yeah, this one. Maybe. Hang on. There we go. That one.
Okay. Does a 12 hit it, Mr. Tech Bug, combat master?
12 hits it.
Full damage.
Roll for damage, sir.
Roy.
2.
Beautiful.
Shouldn't you? Shouldn't
He
you
has been
don't you get a
damaged.
spell modifier to damage, or is it not on cantrips, Rex?
Nope,
Or do-
not
Okay.
cantrips.
Yeah, not on
Not on
cantrips.
cantrips, yeah.
Okay.
Now at
All
level 5, I get an
You
extra
strike him, but
2d
lightly.
or 10.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Lucio?
It's like a warmed seat. Toasty.
Heated seats from in a
Ooh,
car.
yeah. You know something I learned today?
I am
That
going
in
to just
Germany, they
move
have
kind
heated
of more
floors.
towards them. Kind of here.
Okay.
Actually, no, here.
It's like I want
right there.
freaking heated floors. That's nice.
Bruh,
All right.
true.
Lucille is there. It is now Gwyn's
My
turn.
floors are cold.
Gwyn,
No.
you have Barkskin up currently. You were able to precast it because of your 20 roll on your perception.
Yes.
What do you do?
Brown bear. Bear time.
She be a bear.
It is bear time.
Yogi bear.
Yogi bear. I don't know if that's what he sounds like. I just
Are you able to polymorph yourself, or is that still not working?
Hey,
Right.
boo
right click,
boo.
right?
Hey, boo boo.
Hey, boo boo boo.
What does
Why
it
you
say?
gotta
It should
pick a
say
nickel
polymorph,
basket?
right?
Yeah, it should be.
No, it doesn't say it for me. Oh, there he is.
Look at that brown
Hey, buddy.
bear.
Look at
Bonus
that, look at that
action,
bear.
turn into a brown bear.
I'm big boy.
Big.
All right, are you doing
Uh,
anything else?
Yes. I'm gonna run over there to this boy.
Okay.
Wow.
You just barely have enough movement. That was the jankiest movement.
and I'm
She's
gonna
not even
cast-
facing the right way. She's just scooting her butt up to it.
Dude,
Like,
I can't turn him. I'm sorry.
Like a dog
gonna-
where they put their butt in your face.
Multi-attack.
right? She's just wagging her tiny tail as she goes over there like, ha ha ha.
Okay,
Let's go, bitch.
do it.
Bite.
One with bite and one with claws.
Yes.
Does
Got
that hit,
50
Mr.
boy.
Ted Bug? I assume it
Hits.
does.
Sure does.
Oh boy!
Oh, nice.
Woo.
Bitch, we fighting tonight!
Oh my
Damn,
God.
he died!
Killed one of them.
Holy
Dude.
shit.
All right.
It's the tiny rats. They're weak, but they come in the millions.
Oh,
All right,
the
you've
rats?
used up your movement. It's 30 foot
Yeah.
to get over there.
I'm Gucci.
And you've made your attack. You're done now?
What do bears sound like?
God, not
That's
that.
what two bears
Yeah,
sound
Skyrim.
It's
like.
like
Wow.
darker.
They
It's
sound like
way
this.
deeper.
Oh, bother.
Let's
is
go
now-
get a picnic!
The hooded figure's
Bluff.
A whole
turn.
picnic? Dang.
Go ahead, Mr. Tech Bug.
Oh ho ho!
Am I the hooded figure?
You're the hooded figures now.
Ooh.
You can do however you please with them.
Move. Attack.
All right, make the attack.
Bring it on, bitch. Doesn't hit.
14.
Boy. Nope.
Move.
Does not.
Attack.
Go ahead.
It's reading.
could
Hold
just-
on.
Okay.
Oh my god. What happens to the man? Does he die?
He's
Does he stab himself
does
in the
he
face?
die?
Okay,
Does
that
he
hits.
die? Does he talk about
Pass
a
the
real
second
fail?
roll.
Wow.
Why does he get a second roll?
It's a confirmation roll.
Which is only in Pathfinder, but Tech
Oh!
Bug refuses to move out
Oh,
of his
is it?
ecosphere. Yes.
Oh.
You
For the
roll
nat
one,
for the
so
nat
some-
one, right?
Yeah, for the
I
nat
got
one.
Okay,
confirming crits.
My
It's
case
so
is
much
that-
more fun
That's
that way.
only in Pathfinder. Yeah.
The
I
bear
know,
is
right?
surrounded, guys.
Bear is surrounded. It needs one more to be flanked as a large
Oh
creature.
shit! This is a spellcaster.
This one? Yeah.
I didn't notice that. Ooh.
Oh. Daddy Deadbolt gives Mr. Tech Bug all the nice things.
Ooh. I use hold person.
Okay.
Me? I have to do this?
Yes, you sure do.
bad.
You
I
have to
get-
choose a humanoid within range.
It has to be
That is not-
humanoid.
It has to be
LOL,
humanoid.
I'm a bear, bitch.
Yeah.
Try to manhandle a bear.
Yeah, you cannot hold a bear.
I mean, who hasn't thought about giving
Sick
a
and
big old
flame.
bear a hug?
Oh,
make a
goodness.
dexterity saving throw. Click the button, Gwen.
I'm going.
Oh, if only you had ate that. I was gonna say if only you had ate that dire wolf steak.
The dire bear. It's now a
Ate
dire
that
bear
dire
steak.
bear.
With 3.
No, it's not halved. It's just nothing if they make the save.
If they make it, it's nothing.
The target
oh my
must
fucking
succeed
God.
on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Here, this guy just hit, so he's going in.
He gets
hitting.
advantage because the bear is now flanked with 4 targets.
Alright, guys, get in here.
Maybe he'll
Does
hit.
not
nope.
hit.
Of course.
Got him.
Wow, what a good
Bear
game.
takes
Hooded
no
figures.
damage.
Start
This is
slapping the
like-
bear as much as they can, but
I'm
they
in
do
like
not
an
make anything.
armored tank bear. I'm just like
Lucio's just gonna look back at Barham and be like, "Are they blind?
the bear's too
How do
strong.
you miss a bear?"
We should use it
How
to our
do you
advantage.
miss a bear?
Why you move him?
The
Andrew, maybe you can
the
flank
hooded
them in their
figures are
stupidity.
done. It is now no. Okay, fine. It is
What do you
now
mean, no,
Lucille's
no?
turn. It is now Lucille's turn.
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, my turn, huh? Oh gosh, cannot see.
Wait, Lucille already
Lucille
went.
already.
It is
Yeah.
coming back to the top of the round because everybody's surprise round is over now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because you guys.
Lucille
Right,
goes
okay.
Because we
first.
saw it.
We
so
may
first.
we may have
Hooded
moved
figures
already.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes back up to Lucille now. The surprise round has ended.
Gotcha. I didn't understand that it was a surprise round.
Sorry, I should have said that, but I was just doing it in my head that everybody.
That's
it's
why
either
you
my
said
turn or
surprise.
Angel's turn.
Move to here.
Certainly, it's a surprise.
Yeah, let's move here. And we're going
The bear's
to
like,
use this
Why does your
On
bear
my
sound like that?
on my scimitar.
the bear's in pain.
Why? It hasn't taken any damage.
From the stupidity
Oof.
of the people around it. From the fucking
Ooh,
dumbass
miss.
enemies.
It is a miss.
Shut face.
The bear's
Alright,
gonna
is it
like
at your turn,
growl
Lucille?
at Lucille.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Now
Bear's
it's
gonna
Andrew.
At Lucille.
I
Why would
swear,
you
sometimes
ooh
I
at me?
know what I'm doing. Andrew, it's your turn.
Bye, Coochie Man. Have a good night.
Bye, Coochie.
Is this a bush?
That is a bush. That's
That's
why
a
it's
bush.
blocking line of
Oh,
sight.
can I jump over it?
You can try to, sure. Make an
Alright.
acrobatics check.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Techbug is like, please, I need something to go wrong here.
Nope, he sails
Good,
over it
jump
easily
over it.
because
Fuck yeah.
rogue things. The man is trying to deal with this man wielding a green flame blade in his face, and all of a sudden, from the side,
Rogue!
Add a +1 to your attack because that was cool.
that was cool.
That's cool.
Here,
That was
I'll
really
drag
cool.
you over. There you go. It's a wall, so you had to be dragged over. Make your attack with advantage because you've counterflanked the cultist flanking.
Ooh.
This man is dead. Bang.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's actually
13.
not a great roll. Overall, yeah,
That's a
13. now.
13.
That barely hits. Yeah.
Roll damage. Damage.
Oh,
Oof.
good damage though.
Don't forget your sneak attack. Or
Yeah.
it counts as sneak attack because you're
Oh, he's dead. That's a dead man. Yep, bye.
that is a dead man.
He's hacking up his lungs. Just ignore him.
He sure is. All right.
Because he's
Andrew,
dead.
anything else?
He is.
You will try to hide behind this bush.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
I will.
Roll a stealth check.
He's gonna try to be sneaky.
Meanwhile,
do rogue
it
things.
is Aaron's turn.
Oh yeah.
Shit! Oh my god!
It's
For
like
real
that,
rogue
Right.
things.
It's like that scene in I think it's the Babadook, where the woman is haunted
Now
by
you
the
see me?
Babadook. She looks and sees the guy. She turns around. The Babadook grabs him, and then he turns back. He's like, "Where'd Bob go?
Where'd he go?
Where'd Bob go?"
Up to here, which I believe was 30.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use the crossbow in a
God.
vain attempt that it might actually hit one day.
Don't hit the bear.
It's the bear.
Come on, crossbow. I believe.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh, you hit?
Oh, you hit
Finally.
something.
Woo!
Crossbow draws blood. Finally.
Which
Ooh,
one
good,
is?
good blood too.
Closest one, right?
Yeah, the closest one.
Nice.
And
Lucio just kind of cringes right before he goes to attack.
Arod looks down. Hey, it worked. I'm no
Lucio's just
longer-
surprised, looks at him. You hit him!
No longer cursed.
You didn't
I'm
hit
no
the
longer
log!
cursed.
Yes.
He utters something in deep speech that nobody can understand, but
That prayer with
Oh no, too
Ismark.
spooky.
The prayer with Ismark is coming through.
It
Too
is.
spooky.
All right. It is now Techbug's turn.
The rats.
Oh my god, this is my favorite turn. Rat moves forward, attacks
No, not
bear.
that one. Not that one.
Oh no,
They
not
have
this
two
one.
sets.
Sorry,
I
that's
said-
the fanatics.
I sent you the turn order. It's the other ones after Aaron.
Oh, so the other one's in the Okay.
You may use them.
I make a hit. 5.
Are you attacking the bear?
Why are you attacking with the cultists? It's not their turn.
Whose turn is it?
Look at the turn order that I
Where's the one you sent me?
in the Discord.
In yours or in the
What do you mean yours?
I'm gonna pee myself. Please stop. I'm actually gonna
I
piss
sent it as a
myself.
PM to you.
You
God
said
damn it.
rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a rat.
No, that's a cultist.
These rats. Oh, because of it. Oh, my.
It's okay. It's okay.
I fucking hate. I fucking hate you.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I hate
freaking
you.
piss
That's
I
myself.
fair.
just want to let you know I hate you. Okay,
That's
okay.
fair.
Anyway.
Uh huh. Are they
Who
all
is
moving
attacking?
first so that you get it?
Where are they?
Who's attacking?
Yeah, we can't see
Oh,
anyone.
there,
Ah,
okay.
Oh
There's
shit!
rats.
No! Oh
Does that
fuck!
Oh.
Don't
It's
take
an
Mara.
18 hit.
Finally eat it for holding the cursed talisman.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Does that hit? Kanani, Barum.
18.
I assume so. Hold on, what do I hit? Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
it hits,
armor
your
class.
armor class is 13.
Yeah, it hits.
Roll
for sure.
damage.
Oof.
Ooh. Ow.
Ooh.
Keep going.
I just realized something. Every
The second
single
rat
time
attacks.
we fall into this trap,
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
the rats,
we
you
run
know?
forward
That's why we
and
keep
the
doing it.
last person.
Listen,
Does the 17
I
hit you?
am the tank. I go in first.
Yeah, and we all go follow
Ooh.
you.
Y'all
and
follow me.
whoever's last in the initiative just eats it.
That's like
really
4
do.
HP now.
Fuck, dude.
Another hit.
Okay, if you say so.
No,
Do you like
keep
how you're
going.
like actually more evil than I am?
Right now. He's like, I don't want to do this.
He's like, oh god,
Oh.
it hurt.
Nine.
A miss.
Oh, okay.
Connie,
Yeah, she has 13.
Yeah, it
I have
misses,
13.
It misses.
Again.
there's one more.
Last one.
Fuck. Okay, maybe I'll roll low damage. We don't know.
Nope.
Fuck,
Nope.
okay, never mind.
Nope.
Never mind.
Okay, never mind. Okay, she's dead. Okay, good.
I am done.
That's
She is.
dead.
Barum is
Unconscious.
10
unconscious.
damage.
Dude.
Okay. It is now.
I just want you to remember how pained I felt this
I
entire
heard it.
time.
I heard it.
I was like, oof, this is a lot.
Barum's turn. Make a death saving throw.
Oh,
We do this every time, though.
We do. We
I'm
do.
so
Don't
evil,
worry.
but like I'm not this evil. Like
No, we're just
like, I
that
have to have a
dumb.
little bit to like, get me
Oh
going.
no.
she failed
Down
the first
one.
one. Shit.
We're just that dumb.
Cultist
Oh,
turn. They're still worried about the brown bear in front of them.
Fuck off, cultist. I'm working.
I
I'm
would
gonna
be
go
very
get my
satiated if I killed her,
water. I
though.
feel thirsty.
The end of this campaign, the party is not going to be the same people who
It
started.
really is not. It's gonna be all different people. Gwen might make it out alive, and that's only because she's a fucking massive
Bear.
tank right now.
Literal
Just
bear.
druid things.
Just druid things. Gwen's gonna be like, all of my loved ones are dead.
Cultist turn.
Man.
Tech bag?
He must prepare.
Yeah, exactly. I roll to attack
Good.
Bear.
on the bear.
Hits.
Ooh.
Get the bear, Drew.
Not like this does anything.
Cool.
5 damage.
Wow, we're 1/6 of the way there.
This fanatic moves back because I didn't realize he had a spell casting beforehand.
What do you do? Gwen, what do you
Attack
do?
of opportunity! Attack
Do
of
it!
opportunity! Wait! Attack of opportunity for Gwen!
Do
He
it,
moved
do
out
it!
of range.
Do it!
Okay, okay.
Do it!
We're talking
Roll
about
for
it.
He's
attack.
saying do it! Panic! Kanani's down!
I'm gonna kill Kanani now.
Okay.
No!
Roll for attack.
Okay.
Good thing I'm
Bite, crunch.
prepared.
Roll for it.
I'm moving Barm just so I can see over there better for stream purposes.
12.
Oh, Kanani's. Oh, no. You know what? She can live a little bit.
Huh?
Because it
12
missed.
hit.
Wait, where
Does a
did
12 hit?
Oh, because he.
No.
She's. I was like, why is she
Huh,
moving? And
stream
then I just
purposes.
realized what she said. Kanani.
Yeah, stream purposes. That
Mhm.
hits or not? Techbug, did you say?
No.
You said no.
No.
Does not hit. Cultist
No.
turn continues.
Bastard.
He casts
to get
Shield
away.
of Faith.
Faith in who?
Whomst.
Oh,
Gets
this
+2 AC
Mm-hmm. On whomst.
on himself.
Okay.
Because he's a rat, so fuck everyone else.
He's selfish.
Fuck everyone.
He is not a rat. He is a person, but he is a rat bastard of a person.
Yeah. Rat bastard.
All right. Cultist turn is over. It comes up to Lucio.
Oh my god, this music.
It's
Lucille,
epic.
behind you, the sound of ringing metal and a sudden hurt happens behind you, and
Exactly.
you see
The
rats
Dragonborn!
emerge from the woods and a dragonborn go down. What do you do?
I am going to move.
Yeah, you are. You're not a wizard. You're not a wizard. You're not a
Yeah.
wizard. You're not a wizard. What are you
You're
doing?
not a wizard.
You're not a wizard.
You're not a wizard,
You're not
Harry.
a wizard.
Go.
Why?
Go.
Why
It's
are
all
you
a lie.
moving forward? Fine. We'll move there.
Okay.
Move here. And we're going to cast.
Noodles, please.
Ooh.
And it's going to attack this one. This
All right,
one.
it's in a line.
And
Here,
here's-
let me
yeah.
get
Oh,
my
this
line
one?
tool out. Hold on, no, get my line tool out. Is this one it? This one it? Okay.
Get the line tool.
Is it a? Line?
Oh, it's not a line. Sorry.
No,
It
it's
says
just you
scorching
target
ray.
three or
Rays.
hold them at targets within range. You can
Do
hurl
it.
them at one target or several. So I'm gonna do
Make a
the
range
three
spell
I
attack for
marked.
each
That
ray.
one, and that one.
Okay. Make a range spell attack for each one. Hit attack 3 times.
Boop. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Nice.
That should hit.
Yes.
So he has to use a third level spell for that, though.
No, it's second.
No, it's
level.
second level.
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's third level or higher. You
second
create
level.
one additional ray for each
Yeah.
slot above
At
second.
higher level.
Oh, I see.
Roll again.
And
All right.
2 out of 3.
Nice.
2 out of 3. That is how many hit. Roll damage 2 times.
To the leftmost one.
Leftmost and rightmost, I would say. Yeah. Okay.
He is
bam.
4 and 12.
That's gonna hurt.
He is very dead.
Is that one, and that one. So there's actually 3.
Well,
being
one
attacked, but
misses.
only one of
One
them,
missed.
or one of them missed. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 misses.
technically, I marked it as this one,
These,
then this
these
one, then
3.
this one. So technically, that one would be the miss.
These 3. So not this one. How did I
Yeah.
even do that?
I did that too at one point. I'm not sure. Yeah,
It's,
not
it's
that
a
one.
measurement
Not
tool,
that one.
Yeah. Not this
Not
one.
that one, and that one doesn't take damage either because it missed. I think
4 and a 12.
So
with the 12.
my mouse is working properly. I
sure that's
Who knows what's happening on that side?
hold on one
Uh-huh.
second.
Would you like me
Uh-huh.
to help you with the HP?
No, it's okay.
Andril, you can go
Uh-huh.
ahead and take your turn if you would like while we do HP. Is there anything else you're doing with your turn, Lucille?
No. That'll be it.
They are all alive still. So
Oh, you said one was dead. No?
no.
If it had hit all one target, then yeah, it would have been dead.
Oh.
But since it was split to 3.
Okay.
So one is close to dead.
Ooh.
Yeah, hits.
Oh, show. Don't forget sneak attack.
Kill that so I don't get an attack of opportunity when I leave.
Yeah.
When I leave.
Fuck.
Does that kill it?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh shit, okay, cool.
Dead.
Yeah, I killed it before.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
the one's just an extra huzzah.
Yeah, it had like 3 HP. It's okay.
Next.
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 Rogue things.
Does that hit with the shield of faith?
Just barely, right?
Let me see what the numbers
Plus 2
are.
bonus. Plus 2 bonus to AC.
No, so that does hit, yeah. Ooh.
Okay. Angela, is that your turn?
Okay.
All right, that brings us to Aaron.
Good.
This is the
one
second
of
time
them's
the rat
gone.
men have snuck up behind me.
One
I
of the
will-
rat men
These
is
rat
gone.
bastards.
Maybe they'll learn one day.
I will not allow this to happen again. One.
Did somebody delete a rat guy? One of them's gone.
I believe so.
Those rats? I thought there were only 3.
No,
there were
there's
four.
No, there was 4.
Oh.
Right. I gotta walk up on him and hit him with an
Remember,
axe.
there's a rat here too. Just
Oh,
so
there
you
he
know.
is.
I know. I know.
He's like, I'm doing this.
I am attacking this one here.
Okay, go for
It's
it.
the one that took 12.
The more
Roll.
damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that
It's
hit,
legit.
Mr. Tech Bug?
It hits. Yes, go ahead.
Roll the damage.
Hey.
Oh, don't even bother. He said.
Oh, yeah, he's
He's
Jesus.
dead. He's just dead.
Don't even bother.
crunch.
I am.
Oh,
Wait.
he's deleted again.
The other one's gone
the
too.
other rat's
The
gone.
rat has
2 for
entered the
1.
shadow
2
realm.
for 1.
True.
It was a very
Uh,
wide swing.
Let's see
I'm just
here.
being helpful while I can.
I think that's all I'm going to do.
Okay, that brings us to the rats.
The rats. The rats. The rats. Rat time. Rat time. Rats. 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 Rats.
So this one by AC is paralyzed or
That is not a rat.
The rats are
That
by
is not a
me.
rat, sir. This is
one.
the rat's turn.
It's this one.
This is a
This
cultist.
one, and this
This
one.
is a rat.
why do you have them separated?
Because they rolled 2 numbers.
I
And
get
I
it,
posted
but-
that when I sent you
I
the
get it, but he
I
doesn't
know,
like it. He gets it,
I know.
but he doesn't like
But
it.
see, look what happens.
Who
Why-
attacked?
What are you attacking?
It doesn't matter. It's a 4.
does
That's
matter
true. It
because-
misses.
It
Because
does
attacking
It's
matter.
Darren.
tactics. It's pack tactics. You want to make use of Skaven
Which
tactics
one
to get more
attacked?
people.
I'm attacking Bara.
I'm
Would
already
You're attacking
down.
Barum, so you get advantage.
Also,
Arms
which one?
down.
I'm already down.
Yeah, Barum's down.
I
You
have
get
0.
advantage. Yeah, he can.
Yes,
he can
I-
attack a target that is down.
I know.
Oh god.
Okay.
I know you're down.
Still
Which
misses
one?
though.
Which one is
Yeah, I was
attacking?
gonna say it still misses.
Which one?
Which one made the attack?
These rats are very nervous.
Yeah, the 2 to the right. So
Okay.
we have the left on.
These rats want me dead. They're like frantically stabbing at my body. even though
Listen,
they've
he said
already-
not evil, and then he attacked you while you're down. I just wanted to down.
On Aaron, I guess.
This
Not
one?
like it really matters.
Which one? It matters
16?
to me.
On you.
Which one is attacking? That one.
That one.
The
Yeah.
this one directly, yes.
The Wonder. Okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
Yes, a 16 hits.
Fantastic. About time.
Oof.
Wow, amazing.
The pain.
Wow.
Do you feel that in your toes?
You know what?
Let's
I
hope it's
don't even
scratched.
like want to talk about it. Like even a little bit. It's really bad. Take 2 damage. You know what? I'll be here for the next roll. How about that?
I took the damage.
Okay. Are the rats done?
Fantastic. The rats are done. Yes, of course.
Gwen, Big Bear Gwen, make a
There.
perception check.
Oh god. I have advantage with Keen Smell. Does that count? Do I get advantage, Deadbolt?
That counts. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm actually dying. Okay, so I get to roll with advantage.
You
Wait.
do notice Barum has fallen, and you must make a choice now in your
Thank
berry
God.
self whether you're going after the
Berry self.
bigger, stronger magic
Thank
cultist,
God.
or if you're going after the rats.
Angel's
Why
gone.
did you just yeet that rat again?
I'm used to being left on the battlefield.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, bitch, why didn't you,
Bear's coming.
Wow. We're doing the same
Here.
exact thing that got me killed.
You
Listen.
can't go through people like that.
I'm trying to move
Where are
my
you
token
going?
this way to like go
What
in
are you
between
doing?
the two.
Where are you going?
What
I'm
You
trying to
can't
be.
go that far.
Frog, you can't do
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry,
You don't
sir.
have enough movement.
I'll move here, sir. I'm so
Okay. Fair.
sorry. Okay.
She's a
I'm
bear.
gonna attack the rat
She's a bird.
right in front of me, right there.
All right, go for it.
I'm
He's
a bear. I do
flanked
whatever
now.
the fuck I want,
He's
dude.
very flanked now by
He's
3
quite
people.
flanked.
You may
There's
make
even an
advantage
unconscious
attacks.
person.
There's even someone on the ground making fun of him.
He can't even escape on the ground.
Baby.
That's a very big hit. You may roll
That,
damage.
oh my goodness.
Dang.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
A
Five
very
plus
big hit
5
with
though.
very little damage.
Plus 5 though. Oh wait, just kidding.
Why is
I
it
have
plus
another
5?
one.
Yeah, it's not plus 5.
It's
What are
plus
you
4.
talking
I mean.
Yeah, that's 5.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
I got advantage
Dang,
on that one.
two
but it
nights
matters.
in
everything's
a
gonna
row.
hit. Does she
You
tickle
can-
it again?
You can make the advantage attack roll just to see if you roll a 20. Okay, but the other one does hit.
It's fine.
Roll
Okay.
the damage.
Oh, it's gone.
That is the damage. Oh
The
wait,
rat
no.
has
No, that's not the
disappeared into
damage,
void
that's
Oh,
the
I'm
attack.
sorry. My bad.
Kill me. Just kill me.
11 damage. Is the rat dead?
The rat is dead.
I did
Because
it.
I don't want to copy paste him back again, please.
I will mention the rats had their turn,
Oh,
but I
what was
didn't do
that?
another death
Oh,
save.
we lost Rex.
We lost Rex!
Uh-oh.
What was that, Kanani?
What did you
Don't
say,
I
Connie?
go
This
after? Don't I
internet-
normally go after the rats? I didn't do another death save.
You go after, I have you after Gwen.
Oh, I'm after
I have to go
Gwen.
pee
Oh,
really
okay.
fast. I'm so sorry.
Are you
This,
done?
like-
Are you done, Gwen?
Yes, I'm done.
So we can
I'm
at least
so
move-
sorry.
Alright,
I have to
go.
go pee in the
Wait,
woods
go,
really
go,
fast.
go.
I'm
I
just a
just went
bear. I'm gonna
after
pee in the
the-
woods.
Do bear things.
Bara, make
Go,
another
go,
death
go,
save.
go, 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 go!
Do
Please,
not
for the
roll a
love
1.
of God, don't roll a 1. I don't want to lose another one to a 1, please.
Please, please,
Okay.
for all of us.
Oh,
my
Fail,
God.
but not
Thank
dead.
God.
Not dead.
Thank fucking God.
Gwen,
Alright.
get out of. Oh, she's not even here.
I
She needs to get out
When
of
you
bear
need
form
to
and
leave
I
bear
know, that's
form,
how
you
bad
need
it
the
is.
healer.
heal.
Last
That
cultist.
is how bad it is.
Last cultist. It's your turn. Cultist. Ping cultist. This one. Draw his attention, everyone. Ping over here.
Hey, here.
Shut the fuck up, I'm looking at attacks. Oh my God. You suck so bad.
I know.
I'm gonna have multi-attack though.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, then do it. If you got it, what are you waiting for? Does that hit? Andrew?
No.
Does not.
No.
No.
Interesting.
Just rogue
I
thing.
sit here. Go ahead.
Andrew, it's... Or no, sorry, Lucille. Lucille, it's your turn. You're at the top.
Okay. I don't have anything to heal her.
Sure
Okay.
don't.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move over here now. And we're gonna use this on the close guy. So that one. Please hit. Oh, thank goodness.
Nice.
Does that hit?
Does it
I'm
hit?
guessing it does.
Mr. Rat.
I would assume so.
I hope so.
I hope so. I really hope
hope
so.
Did we lose him?
I think
Tech
so.
bug.
Hello?
Here you, sir.
It's okay. I've been
bear's
lost
back.
like 3
Hello?
times, so.
Frog, we lost him.
I'm
Huh?
gonna guess that hits. Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna say that
I
hits.
got
The
moved.
bear's back. It hits.
Oh my God, I literally go AFK for 5 seconds. You guys fucking are
Well,
like,
they're attacking you.
yes, it's 20. What the fuck are you talking about? Of course it hits.
Roll damage.
Why did you even need? Why did you need me here? Like, what the hell? Roll
Probably because you're
damage.
the enemy.
This...
Roll the damage. You get the
Go ahead,
usual
Lucille.
damage from the type
Oh,
of weapon
from
you're
your
using,
sword.
and
Okay,
you get
yeah.
the 1d8 from having a flame.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Oh, my bad. My
Where
witch is over
is
there.
my
I'm just gonna leave her
sword?
there. It's
There we
fine.
Scimitar.
So I just rolled damage on this then.
roll damage. Yep, and then you roll a 1d8 for the fire damage.
Yeah, damage plus
Bam.
1d8. Yeah.
1d.
What
So
the fuck
Actually,
is that?
no. Sorry. What's that? That damage goes onto the other rat. The way Green Flame Blade works.
Yeah,
you hit
'cause
the
it
first rat
jumps
with your attack,
over.
and then the flame jumps and hits the other rat with that amount of damage.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
cool.
With the 6.
4 damage to the first rat and 6 damage to the second rat.
What was that D2, Bubby?
Who knows?
He might have just accidentally hit a button.
Okay, is that
About
your
time
turn,
to move.
Lucille?
I think
Unfortunately,
you did,
yes.
but that's okay.
All right, Andril.
Stab.
Time to stab.
Time to stab.
Thank you, Angel.
Do you see the
Love
character I
stabs.
gave you, Kanani?
Oh.
Does
Yes,
not
I
hit.
did. Thank you.
Stab.
Oh.
That hits.
Got it.
That
It's
definitely
okay,
hits.
we're all just doing Tech Bug's job right now.
6 damage.
Don't forget sneak attack, because if you're not flanked yourself, you have the rapacious. What is it called?
You say that, but I'm still doing
Rakish
everything.
audacity. You sure are, buddy. You sure are.
Check the HP.
Roll sneak
glad-
attack damage.
I'm glad
1d6.
you're taking HP down.
1d6.
Uh-huh.
2.
Another 2. I'll do this.
2.
All right.
The power.
I did it. Angela, is that your turn?
Yes.
Brings us to Aaron.
Yes.
Aron is going to look to the bear briefly and say, "Win,
Hey, what's
you
up?
ugly, smelly large bear, please come out of that and heal the bard." And he's going to move up and whack his bottom one.
Nah, I'm not gonna get out of
Bottom
the
is
shit
thwacked.
until-
Frog.
I mean,
Frog, you do realize that one more and she's dead, right?
The bottom has been swiped.
Really
There are
don't-
literally 2
Roll
people
damage.
left.
Are you
You
swinging
have
this two-handed?
the highest health.
No,
it's not
Base
my
health.
turn yet. It's
I know,
not
it
my
will be coming
turn.
it's one-handed.
Okay. What else are you doing?
So
The rat is not dead
7
yet.
It's not dead. At that point, I'm going to action surge. Uh-oh, I just accidentally closed my character sheet.
Same.
I need to
Oh,
cast the
damn.
action surge so it goes away out of my character sheet so I know that I've done it. And I'm going to attack it again with the axe.
With the X.
Yes.
Smack it. Axe it a
Aron's
question.
curse really did lift,
Oh.
didn't it?
Does 11 hit? Probably not.
Attack book.
Don't believe so.
11 does not hit.
Okay.
Right.
No, sir.
Then that is
No,
my turn.
sir.
Sir.
All right. It is now
No, sir.
the rat's turn.
A rat disappeared.
Rat's turn.
I know.
Rat's gone.
It's okay.
He's
It's to be expected.
He's in a better place now.
He's fine. Let him rest.
Who's attacking and what?
6. Angel.
Who's attacking? Who's
That's a
being-
cultist.
That's
Rat.
a cultist.
Oh my god. The fact that you
Okay.
have them separated is throwing me off so bad.
I'm going
Do I
to.
even have any more rats?
You have 2.
You have 2 rats.
You got 2.
You-
Who are you attacking?
He thought he was attacking Andrel because he thought he was the cultist again.
Yeah, no.
No, but seriously, where are the rats I have?
You deleted one.
Oh, there
There
they
you
are.
go.
They're back.
They're down here. Move down. You're
Okay, I
where's
see.
where's your little thing? Okay, I'm looking for his ping thing. There it is. He's on it.
You got this.
Lucille has a fiery blade at the front of one, and this other man is hacking away at the other with a battle axe. And of course, there's a bear.
I'm here.
Oof.
Who are you attacking?
22 Barum.
What?
I activate my trap card. As you attack,
Well,
I attack back.
All right,
This
make
is
your
why
attack
I've been
roll.
asking, who are you attacking?
Make your
I
attack
see.
roll.
It makes a difference.
Make your attack roll. Yep.
Please.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
that hits.
that
so
Roll the damage.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
He is a dead man.
Dead man. We have a dead rat on our hands. I repeat.
He's a very dead rat. The other
Same,
one is
someone's-
very mad, very big mad at you.
How dare you kill my rat brother?
Not that
But
mad.
he's in the rage.
In
He
his
rolls
rage,
a
he
6 in his
misses.
rage.
I
You get hit by the
someone's
6.
life. I am not hit by a 6.
Are you sure he is big angry?
I'm very sure.
He misses.
Gone again.
He big misses. Oh my god, he fell on his face. He's so embarrassed. Go ahead.
Alright, it is now
Yes, God.
Gwen's turn.
Okay. Gwen is
You,
gonna transform out of there.
He like, ooh, I squeak, squeak.
Ooh, squeak, squeak.
No bear. And I'm gonna cast. Shit, hang on.
Cast
She cast shit.
Shit.
I've never heard of
I'm
that
gonna
spell
cast-
That's
before.
insulting for
wounds.
Barum, who's laying on the ground.
Cure wounds at level 1.
You must be touching the target.
Okay. I will move 5 feet to touch the target.
Good.
Moves 5.
Nice.
Cast spell.
Been there.
Been there, done that.
1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yep.
So that's wisdom.
5 HP
okay,
onto
cool.
Barum.
You're awake.
You're no
Barum.
longer dying, my friend.
Barum is awake.
You can't die today, you suicidal lizard.
Gwen, anything else you're doing on your turn?
Yes, I would like to expend the rest of my movement
Uh huh.
Why did it give me 10? Okay.
go in front of
It's not
Barum.
letting me change
Sometimes it
It's
sometimes it does a weird like con bonus
Can I like
too.
protect Barum somehow from the rat?
That's weird.
No.
Why is it not letting you change it?
Fuck.
No,
Okay,
it
never mind
won't
then.
let me. If for some reason
That's
I put
it.
10 and it won't let me change it
If
to
she's
5,
prone on the
so-
ground, couldn't she treat Barum as like rough terrain and move through
Obstacles?
him?
Make an
'Cause he's on the
acrobatics
ground.
check.
Fuck yeah. Thank you,
DB, do you
Ryan.
know why?
Te-
It's not letting me change my
technically-
hit points to 5.
Woo.
It put it at 10 for some reason.
That's because Dragon
you.
is big
I don't know
beefy.
why. I don't know why it did that, but I just hit 5 and it let me do it.
Okay, thank you.
I'm
All
here
right,
now.
Gwen crawls or jumps over Barum's body. Barum wakes up to see. What do you wear, Gwen?
Aw,
She naked.
like just regular clothes.
Are you wearing anything under the robe?
I was gonna say we've had this animal
Oh.
talk before.
Hang on, let me look at my
Barum like.
my inventory. Um,
Am I in heaven?
I
Might
wear
be.
literally just like fucking cloth, so I don't wear leather armor
Barum,
anymore.
it's your turn.
Let's say
You
I'm
just got an
commando.
eyeful.
I'm
do you
definitely
do?
commando because I'm a nature person. So
Oh god.
He blushes very hardly and throws his hands over his eyes and is like, Gwen!
Gwen is like, what? I'm protecting you.
Yeah, there's still a rat. By the way, swinging wildly. If you want to stand up, that's your movement.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up.
That's
Okay.
so funny. I'm crying at that.
And then, am I able
Barum has learned far more about Gwen today than he ever wanted to.
Yep. Do the
Question
carpets
is,
match the
does
drapes?
she shave?
to? Oh, God.
No.
Hippie things.
Exactly. What the fuck is a razor, dude? I don't know that shit. I'm a fucking druid in the woods, my guy. Come
DB's
on.
like, why am I
I
why
hate
am I
all
DMing
you.
these?
TVP, are you dead?
Oh my
DB's like, I never.
We're both in the same mindset right now, but we're completely different people. We're both like,
Yeah.
ugh,
Uh-huh.
Like, can't they all?
fucking god, oh.
Oh Lord.
Go
Yeah, is that what
ahead.
it is?
Yeah,
Anyways.
the pirate cuts her hair.
The pirate.
I'm gonna use
What?
my inspiration.
God damn it.
I'm gonna give it to Lucille, singing
Okay.
praises about Coochie.
Lucille is quite inspired.
Oh shit!
then he's gonna charge in with his hand axe and attack.
Would you like? Oh, you took the bardic inspiration as your bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I was hoping you would rage as the bonus action.
No, that he wasn't angry right then.
Oh,
He was quite
He's not
happy.
Gucci.
roll damage.
He wasn't angry. Holy shit. This is the best. It's the best party I've ever had.
For sure. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, the best party I've ever had.
Oh
Does
my
this kill the
fucking
rat?
god. Oh my fucking god.
7 damage.
No, yes.
Which is it?
No,
Dead.
he does not.
Oh.
Cultist. Get
He's very strong still.
He's very strong.
Yeah, actually.
Put him on there.
Quite strong. Much better.
The rat! Where'd he go?
You're taking damage off of the cultist fanatic again instead of the rat.
Oh my god.
Oh. Well, the rat's dead. There's no rats.
All right.
I don't have any rats. They're all dead.
It's the cultist's turn now.
Yeah, okay, great.
Up here, buddy.
Holy crap.
Up here, God.
Great.
Get him.
Wow.
Get him. Get the bad robe. Get the bad robe.
I will get the bad robe. Ah! Did it get him?
Did I get him?
No.
Hold on. I have multi-attack. Did
Yeah.
it get him?
You
Yeah.
got him.
Huh?
Oh my fucking
Hit him.
god.
Got
Oh my
him.
fucking god.
5 damage.
Wow.
Five damage? Is that pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid damage.
Shit. You know, it's your turn. Go ahead and
Lucille.
fuck my little rat ass. I die for hearing Daniel like sort of turn. He's like, this
Lucille,
slow
it's your
build
turn.
up is just like, oh, beautiful.
Magnifique.
Say
I'm just gonna
magnifique,
say,
my
is the-
lord.
So is DB, is the rat dead?
Yes,
Is
the rat
it
is
dead?
dead.
Nothing
No,
happened.
no,
The
it's
rat
not
is
dead.
dead.
No,
The
it's
rat
still
is
alive.
dead.
Okay.
No,
I'm
the
gonna
rat
move
is
and
dead.
attack
The
it.
rat's
The rat
dead.
is dead.
The rat's
Is it
dead.
dead
Okay,
or is
okay.
it alive?
Okay.
It's dead.
cultist
Okay,
is
we'll
alive.
say it's
Then
dead.
I'm gonna move over
The
here.
cultist is
I
alive.
have to find him again. There he is.
There he
Cut
is.
it! Cut!
And then I'm gonna use a
shit.
firebolt
Okay.
on it.
All right. Roll
Okay,
attack.
go ahead. Roll for attack.
Oh.
Oh!
You missed, you fucking idiot! What the hell was that shit?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Andril, you feel a faint burst of heat go over your head as a firebolt goes kind of close to you, but not too close over your head.
Oh.
Whizzes past.
That's surprising.
I
it
didn't use
hit
bardic
Angel.
inspiration.
Did you want to try it? It's a D6.
D6. Okay, yeah. We'll do it.
Bardic
then.
inspiration wouldn't help his attack.
It wouldn't
though.
help though.
It's an auto miss,
Yeah.
and that one is an auto miss.
Oh, that's right. That's true. That's true. But he could still choose to use it since he's supposed to do that beforehand. But
No.
okay. Is that your turn, Lucille?
Lucille's just gonna go. Sorry.
Andril, it's your turn.
Stab.
Stabby stab. Oh.
Bad stab.
We have. Oh. Ah, good stab.
All right. Good
19.
stab.
Oh,
Oh.
bad damage.
Bad damage.
Plus sneak attack once per turn. Okay.
Mm,
6.
This is the
So
combat
that's 6 total?
that never
6 total.
ends.
yeah, I know, right?
On and on, my friend. It is now Aaron's turn.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to check real quick that Barum is up and going, and then I'm going to step around 2, 3, 5, 6, and I'm actually going to launch a firebolt, just like
Oh no.
Oh, show
Still
me it's
dead.
done.
Yeah,
Show me
seriously.
it's done.
Another nat one, please.
Oh.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh my god! You
Double
really are
damage.
showing him how it's done.
Double damage. Roll it.
oh gosh, critical hit.
Okay.
Bad.
Shh.
Not bad.
As soon as it makes contact, I look over at Lucio. You see, this is how you this is how you use a firebolt. It's not that
Lucio
hard.
looks over and goes, "Okay, but you still shot at a log."
This doesn't change the fact you shot a lock.
It's a lapse in judgment.
I'm just glad that Andro survived.
True.
It's just a lapse in judgment. Everything is fine now.
He bullseyes
And
that
that
guy.
will be my turn.
All right, Gwen,
Yes.
your turn.
I'm going to make sure Barm's okay.
Mm-hmm.
My Heelys as I have done.
Barm's more than okay.
And then I'm gonna hold his scaly hand and try to pull him with me while I'm walking. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can assist Barm up. It will help both of you be able to move a little bit.
Yes.
Barm, it's your turn.
Okay, I mean, I guess I'm going with Gwen wherever we're going.
So where are you guys going? Go ahead and take it.
We going over here somewhere.
Gwen just starts singing,
Okay.
"I can show you
Take
the way."
take me there.
Drag your character. Yep, go. Go
Okay.
ahead, Gwen.
Wait. Same. Let's just go in between those two. Okay.
Alright.
Let's go.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that
Colt's
song.
turn.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Colt's
Oh, did you
turn.
want to?
Oh,
Barm,
shit.
did you want to give bardic inspiration to anybody else as a bonus action?
Oh, did he burn it?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, you didn't use it. Never mind.
No, Lucille didn't use
No.
I
it.
thought
No.
I remember you saying it and then not using it. All right, cultist.
Attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
9. Multi-attack, hold on.
Oh.
No.
The 6 hit. Does
Have him
it?
run away, tech bug.
No,
Just have him
okay,
run away.
bye.
Run! Run!
I tried to run away.
Andrew, make an attack of opportunity.
Make an attack of opportunity because I'm a little bitch.
You
I don't
said
think
it.
that
Does
hits
not
with the
hit.
Oh,
extra two.
you actually you missed, you cuck. I'm out of here, fucker.
Lucille,
Surprise, I'm out of here.
you have one chance to make a ranged attack to stop the cultist.
We're gonna make 3.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh
Go
shit.
ahead.
3 attacks. Go for it.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh my
Oh, okay,
fucking
go
god!
ahead.
Roll damage. I mean,
He
you
gets
can
3
attack,
attacks.
It's still
yeah.
3 other attacks.
Holy
Oh,
shit! I
all
think he hit
three
with
hit.
all of them. So
All right, roll 3
I'm just gonna
damage.
go ahead and delete this.
And
man.
wouldn't that one be a critical?
The
Wouldn't
first
that be
one
a
is
critical?
Yeah, so you double.
Okay,
damage.
so that would be accurate.
holy shit!
I think
One
he's
more.
dead.
Burning up, bro.
After that, Lucio looks over at Aaron. No, that is how you use a fire spell.
All you needed was a little encouragement.
He's burning alive. This man.
My face when Tyler just meets me.
I wonder why.
Loud.
Wow, weird.
Weird. Very weird.
I have to set the attenuation a little bit, it seems.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Of course.
Of course.
It's not just me, huh?
He's gotta set the mood, you know?
Here we
The
are,
attenuation,
boys.
of course.
Made it.
Combat
Here
has
we
ended.
are.
You
That guy
have
did burn to death.
5 bodies. Well, actually, yeah, 4 bodies in that case. 1 burnt completely to ash, along with 4 rat bodies.
I am going to investigate the cultist bodies.
You can do that in the next session
Woo!
because it is 12:30.
Oh shit.
It is late.
It is late.
Oh yeah, it is a bit.
Good job,
We've done
everyone.
a 3-hour session.
Yeah.
Woo!
No
Noodle.
more stabby stab.
Oh, good
How's
job,
that for
everyone.
chaotic fucking energy?
Boom!
That was very
That
chaotic.
was great.
You got your combat. You got your RP.
I
You
will
got
say,
your
Gwen, you were
first
scaring
book.
Me a little bit.
Oh,
Thought you were gonna leave.
Level
I'm always scared of
5.
people. You said what?
I thought you were
Level
gonna leave.
5.
Seriously?
Shit.
You
Is
got the
it
Tome of
5
Strahd.
already?
You got
That
the Tome
seems-
of Strahd. That's a level.
Oh.
You get one level for
Dang.
every artifact that you find.
Heck
Nice.
yeah!
Nice.
I was not
Wow.
expecting to level up so early.
Strahd.
But
Muy, muy perfecto.
You guys
Good,
wonder
good
why
luck,
I was
everyone.
like,
5
"Go
is the
find
most
the
useful
boat.
level.
Go find the boat. Go find the man.
I knew the fucking boatman was gonna be useful.
I knew it too, but I was like, we totally just missed something really important.
I
was
know.
really hoping Gwen was gonna have a visceral reaction. That
I
like,
mean-
oh yeah, that was a kid. Dunk.
Don't.
Instead, it was basically Barum on a dare.
Instead, Gwen is just like, I already eat children.
No.
It's fine.
She didn't know.
Been there.
Was it really a
we
kid though?
there was definitely a lot of hints. I'm sitting there as Crane, like I'm not eating this.
My second 10 on an
honestly,
HP
That's
roll.
0. Holy shit.
I'm dumb as fuck. I literally did not make the connection that they were
Oh,
kidnapping
gosh.
the child for eating
Did you
purposes.
just roll another 10 on your HP roll?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Are you doing another
He did
fighter level?
literally a 0,
Yeah.
a D0.
Oh,
I-
I thought you
plus
would
10.
take the
No,
I
I
thought-
told you what I was doing for it, didn't I?
Ah,
6
okay.
and
Go ahead.
4.
I've never
End the
seen
stream real quick, and then we can talk.
D0.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Bye,
So long, everyone.
Thank
Thank
y'all
you for
so
joining.
much.
Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I hate you all.
Stendule.